ikhaya lami, ilondoloze uhambe nami, zungangishilana Jerusalema, ikhaya lami, ilondoloze uhambe nami, zungangishilana dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana, ilondoloze zuhambe nami, dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana, ilondoloze dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana, ilondoloze zuhambe nami, dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana, ilondoloze zuhambe nami. Jerusalema, ikhaya lami, ilondoloze uhambe nami, zungangishilana Jerusalema, ikhaya lami, ilondoloze uhambe nami, zungangishilana dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana, ilondoloze zuhambe nami. Jerusalema, ikhaya lami, ilondoloze uhambe nami, zungangishilana Jerusalema, ikhaya lami, ilondoloze uhambe nami, zungangishilana dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana, ilondoloze zuhambe nami. wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami ilondoloze 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 zungangishilana ilondoloze 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 zungangishilana dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze.
Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And this was a special birthday treat to Jay, our friend on Fairgreen Lane. And I'm very sorry that I will just give a first quick, just a short thing. I will be on here for maybe the next 10 or 15 minutes. And just a message to most Liberians. I see people posting on Facebook that conflict of interest. Alex Cummings is the chairman of the CPP and Standard Bearer. It's conflict of interest, and I see this guy they call Joe Williamson or Williams. Sometimes our Liberian people got to be very, very smart. The chairmanship for the CPP is a rotational thing. Ben Nayure was the chairman. They should have had election long time. It should have been next person. Now Cummings. Why you guys are worrying about? Election is 2023. 2023. So if Alexander Cummings is the chairman It has nothing to do with who going to be the standard bearer of and CPP. Liberians, we pretend as if our mouths are Holy Bible. We know the future before it even and come to play. We assume, oh, this now you see the other person, well, he will never even be the standard bearer. You guys, Liberian, that is why the problem in Liberia is too much. In Liberia is too much. We cause our own problem. We cause our problem. And most of the people who are talking, that is why I continue to say, people who are in the opposition, you got to be very, very careful. All the guys want that this thing should not hold. And once it hold, it is a problem for them. So they're doing everything. You need not to get in the dirty water with them. Let them be the one to talk. Let them continue to. Don't even respond to the text. When they post something out, say nothing about it. Because the fact of the matter is, they are afraid. And CDC, maybe you're not in Liberia, or maybe you're not in contact with people in Liberia. CDC is afraid of Cummings or Boyka. They are afraid. So their thing is that it will be very easy for them to run a campaign against Mr. Boyka. It is easy. They got a lot of ammunition they can bring out that will keep them, that will make them relevant into the whole 2020 elections. They will come out and say whatever they want to say. They will try to bring out the Ellen Johnson problem where Ellen Johnson messed up. You see, so they will want to do all that. They will try and bring it out, but they got nothing to campaign against Cummings. So they believe that. So they gave all this statement. So ANC people, members, will get into the mud with them and make the other side who are part of this whole CPP thing retaliate, and then it will come up for breakup. That's all they're looking for. You people are reading between the lines. So I'm calling on ANC people not to even respond to people from ANC and CDC. Some people will come out and pretend as if they're from United Party or they're from LP, ALP, or LP, and will say things. You don't know the members. We don't even know membership. We don't know who members of political who are members of political parties like that. We don't even know, because these guys are all bunch of political prostitutes. They jump from place to place. Or sedition will come out. Some of them will come up and say, "Oh no, I'm not a sedition. I'm not from CDC." But from their behavior, from the way they speak, you will know that they are from CDC. So they're playing the game. So you just gotta be very, very careful. 2023, Ben Nayiri was the chairman. Now, Cummings is the chairman. The next person, they will have another chairman. They will have it's a rotational thing. You guys don't have common sense. You guys don't understand. Eh? CDC, you need to worry about your political party. You need to worry about who you're going to put against Darius Dillon. That is what you need to worry about. Who are you going to put against Darius Dillon? Because they will beat you guys like all cop. Because I don't want to say market dog, because market dog might run away. So it will be very hard. You can't just beat or kick a dog or a stray dog in the street, it will escape. But all cop will not go nowhere. So you need to worry about the failing situation in Liberia. How your government, the CDC-led government, is treating the people of Liberia. That because of your actions that were causing all this problem. You caused your own problem. You were very popular. You had a popular president. You caused the problem yourself. Nobody caused your problem. George, you was the most popular Liberian who became president and messed up everything and started stealing. And instead of working for the Liberian people, he decided to accumulate worth for himself and a bunch of his criminals that are around him. Now the shit hit the fence. You want the shit to spill on other people. Now you got no ammunition. You got nothing to fight on. All you're doing now is to just do things that will cause confusion within the collaborating parties. But we are strong and we understand. We know the delay tactics. We know the tactics. that is all CDC good for. They are all good for rumors, propaganda, and how to damage things. They are praying that it should not work. But this time around, it will work. Whether you like it or not, the CPP will hold. Because during Charles Taylor era, the alliance did not hold. Because you see, we never understood the political terrain in Liberia. People were so greedy, and Charles Taylor knew that Liberians are very greedy people, especially the politicians. They were so greedy, they would not want to agree with a straight face to take over the alliance. Charles Taylor spent that money. He started with Loop, and then finally they ended with Watterson. Bacchus Murphy could not stand it, and all the big time politicians could not stand it. They went on their own. With 13 political parties, Charles Taylor defeated them in a race. You see, because Charles Taylor knew that if these guys were going to come together as alliance to go against him, that's it. So they want to bring back the same playbook. But you see, thank God, there's a reason George Weah finally became president, to open the eyes of Liberians. To open the eyes is like when Saul became leader of Israel and opened the eyes of the Israeli and noticed that Saul was a very bad man. So now it's Liberia turn. So it's good that George Weah is the president. Liberian eyes are open now. They know how to look for the leaders, and they will look around. And I say this again: you need to ask your question. You need to make sure that these guys go for a debate. Let them answer the necessary question to know what they are going to do. Let them come out publicly and say the things to Liberian people. Put themselves on record. And I want to make it clear here again, I am not against any politician signing Henry Costa contract. But according to my own opinion, it still will not make the person who's going to sign that contract be a good leader. So the best thing, it makes no sense. It makes no sense for a man to say, you got to sign my contract. We want you to ask the question. Let everybody ask the question. Signing contract, we see it in America here. They call this a Republican guy who always push the Republican candidate to sign this contract that Republicans will never raise taxes and whatsoever. But they never go by it. They say if you don't sign it, we'll not support you. But yet they say Republicans still win election. They sometimes sign it, and still when the president, they don't do what they get on that paper. So it still don't make you a good leader. It still do make it. So people are changing our whole topic around, and some people don't understand that in the COP. Oh well, if the political leader do not do this, we got 2023, gentlemen and ladies. We got 2023. We got an election in 2020. Our focus here is for the opposition to win this coming 2020 election, to send a message to President Weah that this is the second message. The first one, when Darius Dillon disgraced you. This is the second one, the second message, the second and final message to 2023. Then he will get it through his head. They have no weapon. They don't have any candidates. After George Weah, CDC is over. After George Weah, CDC is over. CDC will be written down in history as the fastest self-destructing political party in Liberia. Will be the fastest. And George Weah broke the record as in 2 years the worst president ever. The worst president in 2 years. So let us be very careful. The oppositions, you got to be smart. You got to be smart. You got to be smart. Do not get in the dirty water with sedition right now. We know when to talk to CDC. We know when to campaign against sedition and this government. We got election 2023. We must play our games right now. So what they're doing, they want to cause that confusion. They will create Facebook page, fake ones, and they will pretend as if they are from Unity Party. They will pretend as if they're coming from a CDC. They will pretend as if they're coming from the other party. They will use people names. They will use Yasini name. They will use Henry Costa name. They will use different. And when you look on Facebook, you see a lot of fake pages because they are cowards. They are very good at that. When you go into, if you ever get into the CDC chat room, you will understand that these guys, even an organization or community organization is better than CDC. They has no plans. Their plans are all destruction. They are criminals. The only plan that come out how to defeat the others by either tarnishing their reputation or by doing something. Oh, let's go with this. Oh, let's go with that. Because no ground game. It's done. It's over. But they have not. They don't believe it yet. They're still living in denial. They are living in denial. Don't go and waste your time on CDC. Do not waste your time on these guys. Please. Please. Don't waste your time on them. Don't waste your time. They mean nothing. They ain't got nothing to show. For the last 2 years, the only thing they can tell you is Joshua developing, which is true. Joshua developing himself. Joshua building houses for himself, not for you. Go down to Door community and see the road. The road have all cracked because they were trying to score some political point. They were trying to do this community road because look, if you ever ran campaign in Liberia, the people will tell you about roads, 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 roads. They will tell you about roads. They will tell you. I'll be back in a few seconds. I want to get a bottle of water to drink, please. Okay, thank you, guys. I know some people are saying that, but why you not showing yourself? That's the beauty of technology. I'm behind the scene. I know you can see me right there. I don't have to show my face, my present self right now because I just were on this Facebook thing and I had to come out and ask why people are not smart enough. Why we Liberians are not smart. Here, Alexander Cummings is the new chairman for CPP. Bernard Yuri was the chairman. They should have that like they should have had that transition long time that and next to have the chairmanship. The chairmanship should have been given out long time, and now Cummings is the new chairman. So it got nothing to do with stand up bearer. It has nothing to be who will be the stand up bearer. No, no, no. That's not the whole thing. That's not the thing here. But people are, oh, it's conflict of interest. Oh, in fact, Cummings is the chairman because Boyka will be the stand-up bearer. Oh, Cummings is the chairman because Cummings will be the stand-up bearer. It's a conflict of interest. Why you guys, why Liberians are like this? And the people who are making this statement are not member of this, the political parties. They are not member of the opposition. You see how they're worrying? They are afraid. They are afraid. So listen, guys, be smart. They are afraid. That is why they're making such a comment. Oh, Cummings is the chairman. Bernard Boyka will be the stand-up bearer. Oh, in fact, Cummings is the chairman, and Cummings will be the stand-up bearer. It's conflict of interest. How can you be the chairman? That's your business. Y'all complain, complain, complain. So all these guys would never come together. They would never sign it. It's signed today. Now they are worrying. They are afraid. They're seeing the shadow in the dark. Just imagine, in the dark, you see your shadow. You will know it's bad off. Nobody sees the shadow in the dark. So that is the whole problem. They are afraid that it is a big problem that they will crush them. They will be crushed, and it will be clear if President Weah administration try to steal the next election. It will be a problem in that country. It will be the biggest problem that it will take us time to solve. So Liberians, we went through 14 years of hardship, civil war in Liberia because of the same stupid decision that we made when President Doe stole the election. That brought war to Liberia because that's how people started to leave and they came back and fought him. But this time around, it won't be no rebel activities. I believe it. It will never. There will be no ever time we'll ever have that same situation in Liberia where we got rebel groups coming to Liberia. But it will be the people rising up this time around. It will not be no leader. There will be nothing. And they will try to go after political leaders. They will try to eliminate political leaders. President Weah, he's a wicked man. I can put my neck on it, but he's wicked. Power change fools. Fools, when they get in power, you understand, especially when they're in a country where there's a lot of poverty. They think that they can use the people with the country's resources. So they will try to eliminate people. They will try to intimidate people. So Liberians will be afraid. But listen, we have felt it, we tested it, we tasted it, so we know what is what. We must talk. We must speak about it. Go against it because we're sitting there. It might sound funny. Some people think that we're joking. Oh yeah, you ain't got nothing to do. You'll come on Facebook every day. Yes, we'll come on Facebook. Don't watch me. Don't watch us. Just get off Facebook yourself. If you guys think that this government is good for Liberia, you need to go home. Sedition, you need to go home and help this government. Don't wait for opposition. Do your part. Play your role as a good citizen and good member of CDC. Don't sit in America and continue to defend the wickedness of President Weah, the corrupt and criminal activities going in the country. Look at what just happened. We might say, oh yes, why Charles Sirleaf got all that money in his account? Look, I don't care how much he has in his account. This guy been working before the Charles Taylor. He worked in Charles Taylor administration, so he stole enough. But this government seized. The government seized his account, close it down, said, listen, you are under investigation. We're charging you for so they froze his account. Now they dropped the charges. After dropping the charges, young man went to go see his money, $700,000 disappeared. Who you think did it? You think that just ordinary teller? Do you think it was done by a teller? No. That's what big guys, big people went into it. And what's going to come out? Nothing. They are criminals. They are a bunch of criminals. Somebody stole something. It's not an ordinary worker in GT Bank or whatsoever. It was done by some high up authority who seized this account. But guess what? The information here is that Charles Sirleaf is the one who signed the contract for Coast Currency to print money for Liberia. He was the one who signed the contract. They're refusing right now to print the money that was approved that, oh, George Uade want $4 billion to be printed and whatsoever. Now they cannot print it. Nobody wants to do that business. The man you want us to do a job for you when you already indicted Susan person. That is why they drop all the charges. They should not have even charged in the first place because the money CDC used during the election, all that $500 bills came from Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Look, news don't hide. Where you think CDC got all this money from? Even the money they pay WIAC was not US dollar, was bunch of liberties given to WIAC. $500 each and bills. We saw all this money in Liberia. We went to it. I was in Liberia 2018. That money was still floating all over the market. Some was counterfeit, some was real, but all brand new money. $500. That was the money. You see that? So now they drop the charges. But the shameful part here, how can he once they drop the charges, someone else can sign the contract because they already got a new deputy for operation or whatsoever. So they have to drop. They can't keep him. That means Coast Currency too is in the same code, in the same corrupt deal. So they are afraid. So that's why they drop the charges. We told you that this thing will not go nowhere. They're going to release Milton Riggs no matter what. You can't keep Milton Weeks and release all the other people. So they're doing it step by step. But Liberians don't understand. Now you see how seditions, the other guy said, oh no, it was not done by Joshua, it was done by the government. Who the hell is the head of the government? Do you think we're running a federal government style in Liberia that the governor can do their own thing and the president do their own thing? Eh? The president can stop anything. The president got too much power in Liberia. If you don't know, what president we are went to do the Ellen Johnson house, 8 o'clock, almost 12 o'clock in the night, and they had a serious argument. When? For Charles Sirleaf to go on medical leave, and to be, I'm sorry, medical leave, to be released to seek medical attention. What president we are want to do that? Before 4 o'clock, the news were all over the place. Everybody saw him. You know what I'm saying? Because the guys, they are criminals, nothing hide anymore. The walls has eyes. The night can see. So when you're thinking that you're doing your thing in the night, people watching you. Before day come, it was all in the newspaper. That President we have visited Madame Sirleaf the other day. And Ellen Johnson told him, why you arrest my son? When you know that the $10 billion we gave you and the money you used during the campaign, he was the one that signed for that printed that money. You know that very well. CDC sold their soul. They sold the country. So, Madam Sirleaf, you need to talk to Joshua. Me, Joshua, I don't understand the political thing he in. He don't understand that he's a scapegoat. They are using him. He is the guinea pig. Joshua is an experiment that no footballer in Africa will ever make the attempt to contest. You will not see it in Nigeria. You will not see it in Senegal. You will not see it in Cameroon. No African country you will ever see it. Their popularity will not allow them to ever hold position because Joshua messed it up for everybody. If Joshua was going to do good, all the other countries were going to be in hot water with the celebrities. But no, no. So you better, if you're a footballer and you want to get into politics, you better watch the American Star. They got other celebrities here who retire and they got into politics, but they start from little bit. They start from the community, they're going as mayor, and they're working their way out. They ain't just jump into it because they think they are celebrity. You think the people stupid? Nope. Now you see America try their own. They brought the other fool, Donald Trump, in. They make him president and they're going through it. They're going through it. So 2016 was just the year of stupid leaders. But it's not truth because right after that, other countries getting good leaders. The guy from Ethiopia, the guy from Tanzania, even next door to us. They might have the problem, but next door to us, they got leader. They don't just have president, they have a leader. You see that? So America and Liberia, since we got that little relationship, we got this slavery relationship, slave boss and whatsoever master. That is why it's our year for stupid leadership. And we see it. America and Liberia is no different. It's just that in America, the House got the power. The president cannot just unilaterally do his thing. But in Liberia, the president got too much power. So Donald Trump and Joshua, I think they related some kind of way. Somebody bleached somewhere. Somebody. Either Donald Trump, Donald Trump got African way, he got a dictatorship way in him. And whatsoever. The same to President Weah. They all love power. Because they are so stupid, they insecure. They insecure. Seriously. I know you guys will say, oh man, why are you just talking like that? Why are you saying all these things? But all these things are nonsense. The president doing his own thing. What am I charging? The president doing his own thing, making all the money for himself, stealing Liberian people resources. Then we sitting, not speaking up. Then you want to get in a mud with people who not too sure they will ever win. Whether Cummings is the standard bearer, Boyka is the standard bearer, the biggest dream here is to defeat CDC. We are doing everything to defeat George Weah. peacefully Joshua will leave office. We will beat Joshua in the election. That's all. So it got nothing to do with uh, 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 who's the chairman or who's not the chairman. We must come together as opposition to do the right thing. We're not here to play cat and mouse to fight CDC when it's not time yet. We need to concentrate on the 2020 elections, guys. The 2020 elections is what we need to concentrate on. Yeah. And what we need not to look in politics, you don't feel sorry, but sometimes we make these comments because the government is corrupt. If the government can steal NGO money, who is child selling if they can eat your money? So child selling, just imagine, let them tell us how much left in there because they took $700,000. And why other librarians don't have it, we know most of them in library. Don't get me wrong, $700,000 is almost $1 million. So that means he had more in there to survive. So they only took us 700,000. But this is wrong. You cannot seize a man's account, indict him, and if he win the case, that's it. You got to release everything. So now they release it. Boop. They try to put the fault. They say, "Oh, teller, teller." No teller. No teller will walk in there and take money. No way. It's not like they say the teller got a chance to go in the account and take money unless somebody wrote that. The account was frozen up by government. It's not that the money was sitting there and say, "Teller, watch the money." You see how they fool us? You see how they think that we're stupid? Oh, they do investigation. They investigated some tellers. They tell us you how teller will go and take somebody money when the teller don't even have access to the vault. The teller only count money. The money they gave them is the money they're responsible for that day. When they finish, they make report. They don't go into the vault to collect money. They got somebody to vault key. But this account was frozen up. This account, government closed it. Government hold, took the account and said, listen, this account closed. Nobody should interact. Nobody should do anything on this account. That is why Charles Salif said that he was broke. He could not do anything to even get a lawyer because government did it. Now they open it, then they want blame. They say teller, teller. That's a big case. I don't care whether they say this and that, but government, stop shooting yourself in the foot. You will steal from everybody. You stole from the NGOs. You stole from everybody now. Damn. Just like a wounded lion in the forest, just going around crazy because some hunter put a bullet on your ear, your foot, and you just crazy looking for anybody that come your way. So the CPP have signed a contract. I will say this again. We were all running, talking around here that all these guys are wasting time. Before you get married, you must know your partner. You must understand that this thing you going in is a lifetime thing. It's a relationship. It's give and take. You guys are from different background, different ideology. You're not going to rush into a relationship like how CDC, NPP, and LPDP did their own. Today is Congress for Democratic Change running the show. NPP is out. NPP is just there. The members are out. They are gruntled, disgruntled, disenchanted. They're not happy with the situation because why? They're all using the same initial. CDC initial is CDC. NPP initial is NPP. Why will you sit there and put a group together and you get your same initial called CDC? So Congress for Democratic Change, Coalition for Democratic Change, Coalition for Democratic Change. What's that? CDC. Eh? You think the collaborating party? I know they will come up with a name. When they come up with that name, I know they don't want to have the initial call ANC or the initial call UP or initial call ALP or LP. They will come up with something that will got nothing to do with either of the party initial. That's the good thing. What you think about? Eh? So they took the time, they signed the contract. Oh, everybody say they won't sign, they will not sign, they will not sign, they will not sign. That lie, that thing will not hold. Bam. They just signed the contract. Not because it ain't hold yesterday, it can't hold today. It will hold. Now they signed the contract. The next thing, oh, Ellis Cummings is the chairman for CPP. That means Ellis chairman will be ushering and Boaka in as standard bearer. Oh, the ANC people, you're stupid. ANC people, all the muff you get. Cummings is the chairman. We all know that this chairmanship is a rotational thing. It comes from one party to another party to head the CPP. Now, Ellis Cummings' term, the term expired already. Now, Ellis Cummings is the new chairman. Now, in fact, they changed the story again. Oh, it's conflict of interest. Who are you to tell it's conflict of interest when you are in the ruling party? Why are you worried about the opposition? Election is 2023. We are right now in 2020. We got 3 more years. Ellis is the chairman. Oh, it's conflict of interest. Ellis is the chairman and also the standard bearer. Oh, Ellis will never be standard bearer. It's none of your business. Do not worry about the opposition. Right now, you need to worry about who you're going to put against Darius Dillon. You don't have a candidate. You don't have a candidate. You can never come with anybody because the people in Montserrat County don't even want to see President Weah right now. The only people who are holding on to President Weah are the faithful few seditionists who, when you look on Facebook, you see the same people over and over and cannot even convince or fly to join CDC. They cannot convince nobody. They just want to be relevant. They just want to be heard. And where they live in America. They live in America. CDC trying to do everything, divide rice, take rice around, do all these things. We ourselves will divide rice too. And you want to go in the game, we will do the same thing. And oh, look at this collaborating party with all the problems in Liberia and coronavirus. They got the audacity to go gather at Farmington Hotel to sign contract. Opposition do not run the government. They have coronavirus in America. People are still campaigning online for election to be held this year. President Trump is still traveling to state campaigning at the same time speaking on coronavirus. The opposition in Liberia do not run the government. They don't collect taxes. They do not make political appointment. Not because we got coronavirus in Liberia, that means the politics stop. No. Opposition do not. The ball is in your court. It is your responsibility to run the government affairs. It's your responsibility to make sure that the government is in place and the people get what they want during this situation. Liberians are helping the people. Opposition are helping. You, President Weah, and your government chose to help who you want to help. Who you want to help. You guys are stealing the money again. A short little state of emergency. Try to silence people because of state of emergency. Oh yes, whenever it's a state of emergency, the president can invoke suspend certain part of the constitution. And which of the party they say they want to suspend? Freedom of speech. Freedom of the press. That is what they want to suspend. Well, you already signed the Abdullah A. Abdul Kamara Act that freedom of speech can never be silent anymore in Liberia. One of the greatest so far in the war. Can never be suspended. You cannot stop it. Anybody can say whatever they want to say, and that's it. Nobody walk to George Weah's house and say, come down and start to stone. I can stay on Facebook and say what I want to say, but for respect's sake, I will not say it. For the sake of my audience, I will not say whatever I want to say. But opposition, be mindful. Do not go in the race with these people. Don't even talk about it. They will try to put your heads together. They are still praying on their knees. But how God can answer such a prayer for the to go against it? No. That's why I say God do not answer prayer to say in the name of Jesus, George, you should fail. No. We pray for the government, and the Lord show us. You see, we continue to pray for this government. And as we pray, God showing us the failure. Say, listen, this man you praying for, you wasting your time, my son. Every time you pray, God brings something out. Every time we pray, God brings something out. Even the people who praying for George Weah, they're not praying sincerely. Because how will you be praying for a president who indirectly torturing his people by depriving them their rights and by depriving them certain things? Eh? What they did to Ellen Johnson regime, no, they haven't getting little bit. They know. Criminals know. You know what I'm saying? That all they did for the last 12 years, planning what to do. They came in, they stealing by imagination. They were sitting on the fence and looking at people. They say, yeah, that house looking nice. When I go in that house, I will just clear. When I get in that house, I will just stick. They have no plan. They believe that we just wait if I want to reach here, they will mess with them. Will mess with them. And all of them work with Ellen. Joshua worked with Ellen. Joshua could not even get one report on the peace ambassador. You are bragging around the world. Oh, I'm the new peace ambassador for Liberia. He didn't get one report. One report. They tried to exempt him. Whenever they speak about Ellen Johnson corrupt government, they tried to take Joshua out as if he never worked. He was appointed by Ellen Johnson. It came with a $5 million budget. He used the first $500,000. And what he did, that's where people should understand that this president was not even ready to be president. This man was not ready. What he did, he brought in celebrities to play football in Monrovia. He brought in Eto, Dragba, all the guys to play football in Liberia. What it did for us. Even if you're going to take that football match into Nimba County, Grand Jide, and other places. But what it did for us, they brought football stars right in Montserrat County, Monrovia, which he said he was the Senate. He wanted to be senator for Monrovia. That's it. That's it. It ain't get through your head. For me, I realized it when he became senator. When he became senator, I knew straight it was over. We were going to make the big mistakes. That is why I said, no. This man is not ready. This man, you could not hear his voice in the Senate. When you see a leader, you will know. When you enter the Senate, we will know that you're there for you guys your own agenda. You got a special agenda to get out. You never went there. Like Barack said, I never came here to be a long-term senator, to be there for 27 years or 30 or 40 years. No, that's not what I'm here for. So we saw it. But Liberian people, their eyes were closed. They saw the popularity. Leadership, election is not popularity contest, my people. Popularity counts in everything. But you look at the qualities of that person. It's not the education. It's the way the person speaks. You can see sincerity in what the person doing. You check the background. You see Barack. The people look at Barack background. This young man got his degree. He was still a community organizer working for his people. Coming, going to places, stuck saying things. He came as senator. He went. It took 10 years for Barack to be president. 10 years when you look at his career. He was going step by step and doing what the people wanted. And today, he's former president. He came with an agenda and he implemented his stuff. What he wanted today, we got a health insurance, whether it's good or not. The people got a health insurance. It's still not perfect, but it's better than before. So it's the same thing. George Weah came to power so that Liberians will get out of poverty. Not to take them out completely, but to make the difference for the lower man, the common man, to understand that yes, President Weah is just like me. President Weah speaking for me. President Weah knows my name. That's how people know that president knows the name. It ain't like you gotta say, oh, John Brown, what's up? No. The president knows my name. That means he's there to fight for me. That I will get a job in this country, that security will be okay, and there will be justice for the poor people. Nobody child will be raped and go free. Nobody will do something. With all the rape. Today I see Honorable Gray coming out strongly because they are already to the end against rape. When people have been speaking over and over, I don't know which part of Liberia they live, where under George Weah administration, they have gotten more rape cases in Liberia than early in 12 years because Ellen Johnson cracked hard on them. Men then who was, yes, some of the girls then were lying on the men, so men were afraid to go after young girls in a club. Men were afraid to do other things because people were being lied upon. Yes, it's good. Put your thing in your pants. You know what I'm saying? But now they all in the street. Seditions, the ones then who in government, who think that they got power, they're going after people, young children. Look at a 10 years old girl. Eh? Liberia is not a place that our president should shut up. It's a small little village. Let me say something today. If you owe a friend, you owe this guy $500 and you promise to pay him tomorrow, and when tomorrow comes you don't have the money, when you call that individual and say, John Brown, what's up, my man, I know I'm supposed to pay you today, but right now it's still tough. The thing I was expecting, I don't have it, but I don't forget that. I just calling to let you know that guy will not do nothing to you. He will not do anything to you. But when you stop calling him and you stop picking up his calls and he cannot get his money, he gets angry and he want to take you to court. But it can be how many times you call him and do not run from him and say, God, I came to tell you seriously. That means the man will see the earnesty in you. He will know that you are earnest, you want to pay. You want to pay this money, but everything just going bad for you. He got conscience. He will not even go after you. At least he will start thinking on something else, not to just depend on that money. That is the problem with President Weah. President Weah is not coming out to speak to the Liberian people. President Weah is not speaking on the issue. He's not saying anything, so Liberian people are angry. If President Weah was to come up all the time and say, listen, y'all know how I took on this government is so bad. I'm still thinking about Liberian people, how we're going to make it. You cut down all your little stupid stuff. How we're going to make it. You come back again and say, listen, my people, this coronavirus is serious. I beg y'all. Y'all stay home. If you come in the market, just wear masks. I want you to stay home, but it's not easy because even if you stay home, who will take care of you? The government said, can't even take care of themselves. We're begging around. The people will understand. Liberian people are so easy to understand. They will hear you. But imagine people who we consider retarded. People who eat like we say they're crazy, they on the dumper, they eating on the side. They're criticizing George Weah. I saw the guy who hustling. They literally interviewing right on his working side, whether he was working there or whether he was finding something to eat on a dumper. And this man started talking about the hardship in Liberia. How George Weah is the worst. Things are so bad. Things are so bad in the country. A crazy man in the street who dresses all kinds of way in the street during the election, I will look for that tape, said that we're making a big mistake to elect President Weah. President Weah will not make it. And today we have seen it. President Weah have accumulated more wealth than any president in 172 years. President Weah have bought over 10 houses in his community for his people to live in. He built a compound. Even if President Weah loved good things, President Weah could have built a presidential compound on maybe 5 acres or whatsoever, like how they get Camp David and go and stay there instead of staying in his house. Then we know this presidential. Even if you leave the presidency, they will say, you know who built the presidential compound? George Weah. George Weah built it. You can put a football field, you can put a basketball court, you can do it in Magibi area there, you can do it somewhere. Government got land all over. The same time it took you 1 year, 3 months to build a whole compound, George Weah could have built a whole residential for president something. That the president can do that, do this work, because nobody want to go to the second mansion. President Weah will not enter the executive mansion, but every year they got $15 million for executive mansion and renovation. Every year. When? 12 years they've been renovating executive mansion. Eddie Johnson never entered because they believe that goes in that place. Charles Taylor was the only president who spent money on that mansion and was trying to go in there. Charles Taylor spent his personal money on that mansion. But I say it's not his personal money because he stole the money already during the war. So all that thing hanging, that the only place left in that mansion to fix was the garage downstairs there, other places. Yeah. But everything, Chancellor was going to that mansion working. Only Ellen Johnson came by and said she saw dough. Chancellor never saw dough, but only Ellen Johnson saw dough in that mansion. Yeah. She the only person saw spirit in the mansion. So you think President we are going to go there? President we are love though. He's gonna be. If I were President we are, I will work from the mansion. I don't need to sleep there. I will work in that place there and get rid of and get from that foreign ministry to embarrass other people. Then to embarrass people going to the ministry to do other stuff. Oh, the president is there. Go to the mansion and work from there. Work from the executive mansion. We know you're serious. You love all these good things, but you never did it when you're playing football. Oh, George, we have got water company in Zanzibar. What is that? Where? Tanzania. George, we have got water company. Where is the water company? Where is the water company? Oh, George, we have got friends. Make the calls. Let them come to your aid. St. George, we have become president. Oh, George, we have got friends. So which are the friends that came to Liberia? Which are the millionaires that came to Liberia? Who is the player? Oh, Eto want to invest. Liberia, put your lot too much, man. You guys, man, y'all can exactly, y'all can speak for the future. Why? Y'all will just jump the gun. We sign more memorandum of understanding than even contract. By the time someone enters our country, they go straight to Jamaica Reserve. When they leave from Jamaica Reserve back to the airport, and they are out. And they are out. Why are we like this, Liberian? When we will change? When we change, I know some people don't like to hear it when we're saying the truth. We got to put our act. We got to feel good Liberians. We got to feel good Liberians who think out of the box. Who think out of the box. You don't need to know someone before you vote for them. Just know the character, know the kind of person, what they're going to do for your community, not for you. Not what they're going to do for you personally, is what you're going to do for the community that I live in. Look at your leaders, your representatives. Your representative is your direct representation to the government. You need to see him all the time. You need to go to government. Eh? So, what we do? CPP have finally signed. Oh, it will not happen. It happened today. They finding different means to damage it. They finding different means to change the topic. Oh yes, Alexander Cummings is the chairman. In fact, it's conflict of interest. The conflict. We got 2023, my people. Just shut up. CDC, go to bed. Find things to do. Start thinking about the next page. What are you going to do next? You know, I tell people, don't worry about George Weah. It will be written down in history as George Weah was one of the Liberian presidents. If some miracle George Weah changed, fine. It will be good for Liberian people. If some miracle can take place, that George Weah start doing the right thing. But still, it will not stop us from removing him. It will not stop the Liberian people from prosecuting this government. That the next government that come in will prosecute this government. Will take this government to tax. We order this government and anybody who's involved, from ministers, autonomous agency. So you guys who think that it's only the president this time, no, you're getting it wrong. It's not only the president again anymore. You will be part of it. They will audit you. So even if they remove you now, when they auditing, they will bring you in because you're all part of the government. So don't even think that you will run away. You understand? So that's the whole thing. So you're not going nowhere. Nowhere you're going. It's not that, oh, yeah, the president ain't listen to us. The president refused to listen to us. You're lying. We don't care whether he listened to you or not. But your role that you were playing, we will audit that role, whether you did it right or not. You are Minister of Justice, you are Minister of Defense, you are Minister of Pool Plateau, you are Minister of our portfolio, you will be audited. You will give account. The next government will not remove you from office like that, like what Joshua did, remove everybody. No, you will stay there. They will seize your passport. So some of you better start running now, because by the time the next government come in, I can just imagine them giving an executive order that all government officials, former or whosoever, should not leave this country until after getting clearance. The president will not leave until he get clearance. That means he will be audited. It's no wish hunt. It's just business as usual. That is what you do. So nobody going to escape. You will stay in Liberia unless you want to escape before the election, or you want to escape right after the announcement. You start going by road, and still people, your same people will arrest you. Your same people want to arrest you. Yep. So be careful. Be careful. This time around, Liberians are ready. They're not going. So the next government are coming. If you don't go after these people, they will bring you down. You can be Boaka, you can be Alex, you can be Ure. They will bring you down. And I want to say again, I don't have problem when Kotsur say that he should sign a contract. That his view, that his belief. But what I'm saying here, for opposite, for Kennedy to sign your contract, it still don't make them to be a good leader. They will stay. If they want to be, if they will be bad, they will be bad. But it should be a public thing. Let them come in for answering. Let them debate. Let us hear from them. Let all these questions be posed to them. Let them speak on it publicly, and let the Liberian people hold them. President Weah did not promise the Liberian people anything. Ellen Johnson said she was going to stay there for one term. What happened? The same Liberian people went and petition her and say, "Oh, Mr. President, you can go for the next term." These politicians lie. So they can come and promise you and still do the wrong thing and still come out and say, "Listen, Henry, we still trying to do everything." You know, when you leader, when you in this thing here, your hands are tied a little bit, but they will still be speaking on it. Or leader can speak on war crime code and never implement it. Or leader can come out and say, "Listen, I'm in favor of the war crime code. We will prosecute it, but it's not the first thing in this country, because we got other burning issues that we need to take care of." It's still on the agenda. It's still on the table. You see what they're not trying to do? What you will say, you're not going to say no. You're not going to insist that it happened, but he still acknowledged and say, "Yes, I want it to take place too. I want it. I want it. I want it." When you say, "Oh, well, we don't have a funding right now. We're still in negotiating with the international community to help us fund the codes for us to do it." What are you going to say? So signing contract ain't make nothing, my people. Let COP get this thing here. COP, your pressure group. Your pressure group, everybody will want you to be on their side. But the members within COP are all from different political parties. I am not a registered member. Most, like when I'm registered, but I support the COP. Yes. They went for the June 7th. We were all on Facebook here talking. The January stopped it. We were all on Facebook when George was to step down. We were all part of it. But I supported ANC. So tomorrow, if you tell me you're not going to support the collaboration party, I'm not going to be happy about it. I'm not going to be happy about it. And even if you decide that you're going to transform the COP into a political party, I'm not part of it. Because that's not what it will stand for. That's not what it stands for. As much as it's opposition, then you give the government ammunition and you say, "Well, we told you the political parties were all part of the same COP that were pressurizing the government." No, they're not supposed to be. They are not part of the COP. The political parties are not part of COP. So why should COP be recognized at a signing ceremony to say, "Oh yes, COP must speak"? That's what pisses some people off. No, guys, we all part of the CPP. At the same time, it's like you in a church and you in different organizations. Some people in different prayer band, but they got a right church. They got a particular church they go to all the time. So let us be smart, guys. Let us be smart. The COP should remain as the pressure group. Fine. COP can even criticize the collaborating party when they're not doing the right thing. It's cool. Because your protection is on a COP. I can come on and join COP and say, "Listen, The collaborating party did not doing the right thing. We can come and criticize them. My party will not hold me responsible because I'm on the other side. I'm not against them like that, but I'm still a member of that party. Yes, people posting. Henry Costa is not telling people to post. People are posting Henry Costa run for president. Henry Costa will do this. We will transform the political party. People will speak out. People will say things. Henry Costa is not putting in people's mouths, and Henry Costa is not running for president in 2023. Henry Costa going to run for the Senate. If God gave him a long life, he said it before that he will run against Sir Joseph. He will win. He will try to get a nomination from his party. You know what I'm saying? So that means if Henry Costa say he want to go as independent to run against Sir Joseph, on the COP for COP to support it, I don't know if it's a good idea because running as an independent is one of the biggest things ever. You must get enough money because we try it. I tested it, I felt it, I know what it means to run as an independent. So if Henry Costa and the COP think that they will depend on the COP to give Henry Costa a victory in Montserrat County senatorial race, it's a political risk. Yes, he cannot leave his party. He's part of the LPP, so he can get it. He can lobby for that one and win that nomination within that CPP to take on whosoever is the senator. We want good senators. We want people to speak out. God knows the reason why Henry Costa never won his representative thing. We're not going to hear all this rigmarole. Henry Costa going to be right in there fighting and talking and whatsoever. And who knows? Anything could happen. You know what I'm saying? So there's a reason God showed him, God opened the eyes of Henry Costa to say, listen, this is what I call you for. You could have done greater thing out there. By this time, Henry Costa will not be on the Henry Costa show criticizing the way he do things. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be very careful in certain things. So that's it. He has his ambition, and that's his right as a Liberian citizen. Even if you want to run for president, that's his right. That's his right. But let us be cognizant of the fact is that not because you hear me today speaking and I'm all over the place and I'm speaking for people, I'm saying some truth, and sometimes you don't like the truth or you think I'm lying, that means I'm ready for leadership. I say this every day. I'm not doing it for anything. I don't want nothing from. I'm not doing it to get into politics. If I will get into politics, trust me, it will come with all me knowing. If I will ever get into running for something, it will come my way without me asking for it. It will abruptly. That's how my library association, everything. I work in it, and when I became president, people came up to me and said, "Listen, man, I think you can be." Today, I'm chairman of my trustee board in my church. It's something I posted, man. You can't run for this thing. You can't run for this thing. Here. Finally, I said, okay. You see, so that is what happened. In Box County, my old timer team, I worked. I was not president. When they're having programs, they're having this, I'm there. I'm there until they came and put it on my lap. That is how you build things. So don't go into things for your own personal gain. Some people think that by having a talk show, you will be very popular and then you will understand. A lot of people believe in Henry Costa. I will say this. A lot of Liberians back home believe in Henry Costa. He speaks for them. Although they cannot die for him, which I know, because I saw it where when the government tried to go after Henry Costa, I couldn't see one Liberian in the street. They only go and talk, but none of them stood up. But this young man risked his life and joined a group in Liberia to protest. But when they were chasing him, when they called him to that station, there was no pressure from the other side, from the group. There was no pressure. Oh, opposition are not member of the political parties, are not part of COP. We cannot dig hole for ourselves. We cannot. The president can find the government can find some charges and say, oh yeah, they're trying to do this. Oh, the political party trying to do this. No, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing, my people. So let us get it clear. If COP want to found a political party, which I know they're not going to do it, because it's a still political risks they will be taking, and I don't know it will be in the interest of the Liberian people, and I don't know how the Liberians will take it. So look at it good, look at it correctly. Please don't let the sun fool you when the cold is stay underneath the sun. Don't allow the cold, the sun, to fool you. That you saw the sun out there and you decided that I will put on short trousers and my little t-shirt and go. By the time you enter, you got out there, within 30 minutes, you start feeling cool. Let us be careful. Let us be careful. We cannot make the same mistakes. We cannot make the same mistakes. We should be wise enough to know good leaders. Pray about it. We should be wise. And people, I'm saying it. This thing here, this not ain't got nothing to do with classroom. It has nothing to do with the biggest degree. I will say this. They got people who don't have your degree, and some of them die today. They got properties they left for the kids. You can keep your degree to yourself. When you die today, the only thing your kids will get from you is your certificates and other stuff that you earn. That's it. So work for yourself. Don't steal nothing. Because you see, most of the guys, when they steal it, they don't even get the family involved. Because they're already a criminal. So they keep everything on a down low until when they die, their family people don't know where everything going. But when you work earnestly, you want your kids, your wife to get involved. So today, most of the leaders, you see that they got properties in different names because it's all stolen property. They got it in all kinds of names. It's all stolen property. Eh? You said, oh, you see that house there? They said that house for Doe. How you know it for Doe? Oh, Doe bought the house in this other person's name. Who cares? But I would not work for my money, build something and put it in different person's name, and my wife don't know about it. No, I will not give money to somebody else and say go purchase my property. But presidents didn't do that. They corrupt one. When they now steal the money, they call one of the cabinet ministers to go get the business. Today they say, oh, you know, President Charles Taylor got share in Bena Europe LTM company. Oh, Charles Taylor got share in anything that Charles Taylor want to give the money. You know that? Who cares? Nobody give a damn about it. That the result when you steal, you don't know how to put it. So the same thing, you matter what president we are doing today, he try to put a thing in his son's name. You see that? He try to lie and say this one for this one for this other one, and this one for going to that person. They're trying to bring a cell phone company in the country again. That president we will get share in it. We all heard that. How many cell phone companies will come in Liberia? What is the business in Liberia? How many people? So because he's the president now, he will suppress the other companies, cell phone companies, because he want to bring a cell phone company in the country. Small little country. All the things that we need to get rid of. We get a lot of unnecessary holidays in Liberia. All these things. So look, there are a lot of things you can do in Liberia as president. You will not solve the problem. No president can solve our 1847 problem easily. But just leave a mark. Don't leave a corrupt mark, because listen, there will be no Doe. The name last Doe will fight to ever be president in Liberia. The name Talbot and Totmo will fight to be president in Liberia. The name Taylor will fight to be president. The name Salif will not. The name Weir will not. But you see, other developed countries, other countries in America that we live, because all the things I'm saying, they're going to people right in America, yeah. Every one of them, yeah, live in this country. That is why they say a leader should be very honest. A leader should have integrity and empathy. That's the three biggest things. Leaders should know how to make decisions, but decisions are not right until it is right. So that one can either make you or destroy you just from one decision. But if you are honest, you will know how to make decisions. If you are very honest, people will know how to work with you. If you have that integrity, that means if I leave this position when I retire, my son, just because of me, my son or my brother or somebody else can come in and say, oh yes, that John Brown brother. You see, in New York, Como father was a governor of New York. Today his son. Bob Casey father was governor of Pennsylvania, and he did good. His son now is a senator. So when you look around, you see George Bush, you see the Bush, their fathers left something. Yes, the administration was not okay, but you won't hear about they stealing and whatsoever. You understand? So these are the things. You leave names. How you think Kanga won the election in Basel? Because of Ome Kanga. How you think Finlay, that because of Finlay, Wesonga father, it's just that he messed up. He never pay attention to the Basel people, so that's why they took him out. But father, your parents' names count. But the young generation now will just go there and damage it and mess it up. Yeah, and mess it up. So let us be very careful. Let us be very, very, very careful. The collaborating parties, you are already into the water. Don't worry about getting wet. We must take side, whether we like it or not. People say talk show host. I am not. I do not consider myself as an advocate in the sense that I'm advocating for certain people. Yes, I speak on issues that are necessary. I'm not friend of any government, even the next government, because I won't be free to speak out. I will support comments. I will support the ANC, but I will not sit by for the ANC to do the wrong thing. I don't want to be afraid of my boss or my standard bearer or whosoever. No. My eating pen not in nobody's house. It not in nobody's backyard. It not in nobody's car. So why should I be afraid? The bills that come to my house, nobody will pay if I don't pay it. So why should I be afraid? Why should I be afraid to speak out when I know that you need me? Because you vulnerable, you the one that won that position. I'm not the one who running for president. You running for president. Why should I worship you? And you ask me to vote for you and you ask me to support you. Yes. So I will ask a necessary question. But I will say this again. According to my view, I don't want people to talk about this whole contract. It's just like when you say that, it's like you try to make it personal about yourself. This is what you want. We know politicians have lied to us a long time. We've been having leadership crisis in Liberia. It's not the people, it's the leader. Because when the leader come in and put things in place, the people will follow. The biggest thing we need in Liberia, first thing is law and order. We all know that. So ask the candidates, ask them all these necessary questions. Because if the COP won the standard bearer from the CPP to sign their contracts, then my organization, they will have to sign our contract. Then everybody will say sign my contract. Because everybody in Liberia got different agenda. Some people, I see people on Facebook when they talk about they speak on injustice. How they speak against the judicial system. Some people when they talk about jobs, people got different issues. Other counties got different things. So this other county comes say, so by the time they stand up Barrow finish signing all the paper, there will be no file, no place to keep the other papers that he going to sign when he's president. But we can hold the government, the president responsible, accountable when he come on public radio and say, yes, I will do this. Town hall meetings. Somebody will come and ask him, Mr. President, will you be able to implement the war crime, the TRC report? Let him answer that question. Are you going to go after people who stole from this government when you're president? Yes. If he said no, he should give you reason. So signing it, putting his name and notarizing it is still making nothing. He will just continue to tell you every time he don't do that, he will, because you know they're not like George we are. The next president will be able to speak to Liberian people all the time. SLS inherent, I signed a contract the other day, but We don't have money right now to implement the war crime code, and I still need it. I'm asking the international community to come and help us because it will cost us $5 million, and government don't have it right now because it will be a long, it will be a 2 3 months thing, and we need to pay all the lawyers, and we got to give government will have to provide lawyers for all these people. What are you going to tell him? What are you going to tell him? No. What are you going to tell him? You will tell him, say, oh, okay, then you have to leave? No. So it shouldn't be the option. Henry Costa responded to my post that I will support the candidate, but I will not campaign. And I want to see it on that day. I want to see Henry Costa sitting down in his comfortable zone and the CPP going out to campaign. And I want to see Henry Costa not speaking out. I want to see it. I'm not, you see, I'm not one of the person who jumped the gun. I don't want to speak for the future. But I'm only taking what he said. I will support the candidate, but I will not campaign for the candidate. And you, Munir, and he asked me the question, let me ask you this. Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think they're not supposed to sign? And I never answer. Yes, it's up to them. If that will make them feel good, but I'm not saying that nobody needs you. Who would not want Henry Costa in their corner? I want you to campaign. You got followers. They believe in you. We need you. We need everybody. Politics is not religion, it's not church we running to say, oh, I'm a Catholic, so I can go to the Pentecostal church. Oh, I am a this one, so I stay with the church. I already remember this church. No, we need everybody. Every Liberian. One Liberian man will get his family in the house. He will convince his family. So every Liberians are important. Every Liberians are important. You listen to Henry Costa show. When Henry Costa come on the internet, you got before he start. If he tell you say he want 2,000 people, the 2,000 will show up before he starts speaking. He got people. Let us not say. And most of the audience, yes, who come on Facebook? Now, one thing I want to say this: how many people come on Facebook? That people who live in the diaspora. These are people who live in the diaspora. They got other people in Liberia who come on. They got people there who will call. Sometimes you listen to the same people calling all the time. They get constant listener. I got friends in America who follow Henry Costa 2 o'clock every morning because he got to be up to it's expensive. And sometimes I see people saying that, oh yeah, he burning data, he got to spend, pay his people in Liberia, the boycott border with him. It's not free. Henry Costa spend. I'm saying it because we run the Lrtn right now. We got an office that we spend over $500 on rent. We pay for internet service, we pay for light, we pay for water. So tell me, where this money going to come from? We just open an office, the coronavirus in charge. We're taking it from our pocket to pay. We spend our time. Yes, we use our individual data, but when we get to that office, we got internet, the fastest one that we need. So it's not free. It's not just a Facebook thing. Henry Costa come on. Yes, he on Facebook, but he broadcasting through to go to Liberia and people here in Liberia. At the same time, he on different net iTunes or something different things. It's not free, my people. It's not free. So let us give people that all those who doing talk show. It's not free. You ask Sekou Kone, he will tell you the same thing. They got some people who take the telephone and just go on Facebook and use the data. Yes. But right now, what I'm on, it's not just a Facebook thing. I'm going through Facebook, but at the same time, when you go to YouTube, you will see me there. You go to Twitter, you will see me. You go to Periscope, you go to different sites, 30 different network, online network. You will see me broadcasting on it. Liberians only know the Facebook and all the other stuff. You see that? So these are the situation. So everybody needs something for this message to go through. We're not asking people for nothing. That is why we try to do some other programs that will bring money. We'll try to advertise. People will bring this. People help us. People will make contribution to us. That's good. But let us, Liberians, please, let us support each other. And let us do what is right. Let us stop thinking. You know, when I try to retrospect and take back, I remember during the Poyonpa invasion, when Liberians said that President Doe was arrested by Poyonpa and left Makui to take care of him, and Doe convinced Makui and to release him. That was lie. Liberians would made up stories. You believe it? That Poyonpa arrested Doe after Poyonpa arrested the vice president. All the cabinet ministers arrested Doe and say, you take it or Doe, don't announce it yet. You believe that? But Liberians were still around the place saying it. And I say this from Liberia, that's not truth. Flanzameton tried to assassinate Doe. Flanzameton was Nancy Doe cousin. If anybody want to prove me wrong, how do you know? Because I had people working in the SS. I had relatives. I had friends working there. People who, I was a little boy, but when I say I had friends, all my friends are older people. I had people who were working there. One of the guys that was in that incident, they had two security guards that were in that incident. They had Roosevelt Savage and they had Richard Tappert. I knew Richard Tappert well. Richard Tappert visited our house, come there. He was a special attendant to the president. And he would never tell you that him. I sat in a car with Richard Tappert during when the thing started. We were going to the airport. They had a checkpoint. He stopped. He refused to identify himself. They saw the guns in there before. One guy, oh, Connor, what's up? That's him. So all these things, these people were on site. They saw it. Even up to the time they went to Nima County. And when Doe took that chances and went to Nima County, the rebel was in Nima County. And this man came and told me, he came to our house, he said, Munel, be serious. This war is not a joking thing. The war it will be a strong war. Stay home. People were dying for no reason during the war when the thing started. So stay home. If you have nothing to do in there, stay home. Yeah. Stay home. So we knew all these things. Liberians would love the. And why Flanzameton tried to kill Doe? Because Flanzameton was supposed to go to jail. Flanzameton took rights from LPMC and never paid that money. And his name was on the list. So by me getting rid of President Doe, he was not doing it to take over. He was doing it just to, that's it. And nobody going to ask him question again. We just sit and lie and they kill innocent people. Portia never went to Liberia to overthrow. But when Portia entered Liberia, he was arrested. We all know that. We all know that. But all these things we love wicked thing when Charles Taylor said he was leaving. Liberian people said, I lie, you will not go. No. If a dictator say he's leaving, you just pray to God and wait for the time. If a man who you want to leave, you just pray and wait for the time. So Henry Costa said he's not running for president, but he will contest against Sir Joseph. I take him for his war. Darius Dillon said he's not going to run for, he's not thinking about president business. He concentrated on 2020. And I take him for his war. But that's their right to run. That's their right to go into the race in 2020, into that convention, if they want to be standard bearer of the party, to be standard bearer of the CPP. You see that? So Henry Costa need to hold a position in his party. He can go to his political, because all this party will still be operating. You go to your political party, you can hold a position there, because it's like it won't make no sense. Henry Costa will go to the CPP and say, listen, I'm going to contest for the standard bearer. He got to come from his party. Okay? So his party got to support him on that. That's what going on. Running as independent is a tough thing. Maybe Darius Dillon could be the next political leader for Liberty Party. And he will say, well, I'm interested. I will put my heart into the race. If the CPP carry me, fine. He could be a potential vice president. But let us Liberians stop this thing that because Mr. Kishen yelling, that means I can run for president. Or Mr. Henry Costa got all the fans, so that means 2023 we will carry Henry Costa as president. Let us don't miss the mic. Let us not do things
that will not look good in the eyes of the international community and say, oh, yes, we told you this thing here. That is what they were fighting for. That is what they were trying to do. They were not just a pressure group, they were doing it for themselves. Not few people. Let us get away with this thing. Not only Monrovia alone. Not just we put ourselves together and saying that, oh, we do this, we do that. No. So listen, let us stop it. Let us look at the big picture. You either for or you for against. You either against or you for. Yes. Taking side is nothing wrong. You either take side with the government or you take side with the opposition. The biggest thing is that we all want Liberia to prosper. When Liberia prospers, we will prosper. Security in Liberia, the first thing in Liberia is security for the people, economic security, not just for the government officials or president, not just for that. It's for the people. Economic security is the first thing. If the people can't afford it, they can't afford the basic necessity in Liberia. The basic thing they can't even afford it. And we've gone 12 years today. We're still fighting on current. We're still fighting on water. We still got a lot of things to think about. But this government chose to do their own thing because, but from the day they took over, they start worrying about 2023. They start talking about 23 years, 27 years, lifetime. You see, how will you prosper? Your father said, if I will buy or lay billy goat or nanny goat or sheep. I will buy a sheep, and this sheep here will get a baby, and we'll open a whole thing of farm here and start to sell. Then the son said, I will beat a baby. The papa start beating the child. He didn't buy the sheep here. He was just discussing. The other little girl, she did everything. Her mom gave her the palm oil. Christmas coming. She going to town to sell her palm oil to buy her little Christmas things. She on there imagine what she would do with the money, how she would buy her Christmas dress, and how she would dress her when she go and meet Koluba down the Roger Bluff. When she forgot that she had the palm oil on her head, and she turned around and the oil wasted. You won't get it yet. I don't like to jump the gun. I do not like to accuse people. And look, I got a parable. They say if you see ants, it's the smallest thing so far. Or they get some little bug. If you take your time and you squeeze it, you will see that little water coming from the stomach. If you smash it, you will not see anything. Let a man put himself on record and say, this is what I say. Don't speak for the person, don't think for the person. Oh, we all know finally Joshua is a bad leader. That is why we're saying it. I don't know if Bernard Euro will ever be a bad leader. I don't know. Bernard Euro, chairman from his party, stand-up bearer, he run a business. You're a successful businessman. What, as far as concerned, you got Cummins who work, and been successful in his business, and still got business, still got a financial firm, still got a business operating in America and other places. People don't know that Cummins Cummins don't have to open a grocery shop for you to know that he got business. He got business operating. He got people that he pays. And he's a consultant for a lot of companies internationally too. Then you got other people who, yes, they got a local experience. You got Boaka who work in government for 40 years, who know how it's supposed to run. I'm not saying that they can be bad leaders when they take over. You don't know until they can be a bad leader. Amos Sawyer, a PhD holder, you think Amos Sawyer was a good leader? No. Amos Sawyer ran interim government with no vice president and made one of the biggest blunder in economics when he printed the Liberty that's supposed to go all over the country and only got stuck right in Monrovia. I remember when they took over, the rate was 6-1. If anybody can bear, when interim government came to power, the rate in Liberia was $6 Liberian to $1 US. And it started claiming when they brought all this liberty. They decided to change the money. Byron Tar was not confirmed when Byron Tar signed the money. That was a violation again. But you think Liberian people knew about it? No. No. Liberian people knew about it. All kinds of problems. So that leadership problem we got in Liberia. So we know George Weah blunder already. We know the ideas and we know George Weah agenda. He don't have one. The one they put together, the proper agenda is in fact 13 sitting there, they that cover all with dust. They're doing their own thing. George Weah can just get up today and say, listen, I'm going to go down to Gibraltar. George Weah will get up tomorrow and say, listen, let's go down to Slavery. That's all. That is how they operating. Individual thing. George Weah run the government individual. He don't consult nobody. He don't talk to his vice president. He don't speak to nobody. He don't speak to opposition. He cut off speech with people who criticize him. So that's how the government running. So we know that one. But if anybody come and say, Cummins, who is Cummins? You think we're selling Coca-Cola? The man you say selling Coca-Cola, fine. This man, he set his record. Who is he? Who is Alexander Cummins? What he did, where he came from, where he started from, how far he went, what type of business he was doing, how successful he was in his company where he worked. And let me tell you something today. These are the people. If we had good leaders at the time, Alexander Cummins were people that government should look for. They say, listen, we heard your record. This is what you do. You're Liberian. But we want you to come and help us. At that time, he was not thinking about politics. Like what Paul Kigali did in Rwanda. When he took over, Paul Kigali, just a high school student, don't have a degree, joined the military. And what he did, he looked for the bright and the brightest and whatsoever and sent them abroad. But he went around and looked for his Rwandan citizens who are doing good out of the country and brought them in, signed a contract with them, and gave them whatever the government could afford and said, listen, you will train this person and you will do this. Today, Uganda is the high tech of Africa. Uganda, number one when it comes to peacekeeping. Today in Uganda, there is no Hutus and Sutis. There is no tribal business. They are all like Ugandans and Rwanda citizens. These people had a civil war that carried over 750,000 citizens, almost 1 million. Almost 1 million. But today they bounce back. You can't hear nobody tell you about this tribe and that tribe. It's not all perfect there. You can't do everything the same until the people say no. Yes, if you popular with your people, opposition will never survive. The opposition in Liberia, they were so afraid that I don't see we can make it. We cannot. We just have to wait for the young man to time to be finished. He will go for 2 years. And if we buy lucky, they might end up keeping him for the longest. But he failed within 1 year. Today, oppositions are all over the place with strength and zeal. You think who to blame? You want to blame opposition? You want to blame opposition for their government failures? When the government the president won't control the government? Opposition don't control the government. Opposition don't do taxes. You have no opposition working in the government either. You never appointed one person. Yes. So what are you crying about? You shot yourself in the feet. You had a gun. You the one put the ammunition in there and fire yourself and you can walk. Then you want to blame the man who's standing by you? That's a shame. That's a shame, Liberians. We need to open your eyes. You need to open your eyes and understand that this is not personal. We shouldn't make the president business personal. We shouldn't say, oh yeah, it got to be this person. And as much as supporting Cummins, I'm not saying it got to be Cummins. It don't have to be Cummins. The biggest thing is for somebody to win President Weah. If Waka is the standard bearer, so be it. I supported Boakai in the second round. But if you ask me, if you give I alone the option, if you give I alone the option and say, who do you think would be a good president? I think, and he will. I think he will be a good president and a good leader for Liberia. It's Alexander Cummings. I could ask you who you think. You will say Boakai. You know what I'm saying? But the biggest thing is that you and myself are on the same page. Is to remove one person from office. Because any one of these guys will do better than this guy. We think they will do better. As I said, you can take the cow to the river, you can force the cow to drink. That is why, if you're honest, it's easy to make a decision. You can make a very good decision if you're an honest guy. But if you're dishonest, all your decisions would never be right. Because you will always make the foolish ones because you're not honest. You want to do something that will benefit you. So every decision you make, once it's not involving you, you won't getting nothing from under you. Just do something. You don't care about the people. But if you're honest and you know that you're there to serve, you aren't there to rule, but you're there to serve and lead the people to a better future, you will put them first. You will put, I will say this, as much as I was not a fan of Charles Taylor, when you go on the internet, I want you to go on the internet and read about the Charles Taylor oil deal. What Charles Taylor had in place for oil. Whether you are going to eat the money or not. But Charles Taylor oil deal when he was talking to Chevron and whatsoever. Everything was in the interest of Liberia. Charles Taylor wanted Liberia to get 60% of anything these guys would do. They were going to say, oh, we'll build this, it will cost us this amount. Charles Taylor said, this is what we'll get. And he refused to sign on with Chevron and other people. That's what put all that pressure on this government to remove Charles Taylor. Charles Taylor, everything he was doing with Liberia, although he loved good things. Charles Taylor would look at himself as if he were going to be king. But as wicked we thought Charles Taylor was, Charles Taylor still had government of inclusion. Charles Taylor was still looking for people who would do his work. Charles Taylor brought in Elijah Selebe from Ghana. You know what I'm saying? Someone who could be a better finance minister to help the government. So you see, they look for good people. You can just put people on to you, bring the person because you feel that the person of rogue, it will be easy for you to chop. Like you asking you interviewing a candidate, your nominee, or you looking for someone to represent to hold the position of finance, and you ask the guy, can you conjugate the verb to eat? The man say he eats, she eats. He say girlfriend, yeah. Can you conjugate the verb to eat? The man say you eat, I eat, I eat, you eat. If I can't eat, you must eat. He say, oh, that's good. Yes. So the controller responsibility is for the president to eat. Yeah. Yeah, Dukley, and you are right. No, you see, the thing is that when you look at some of the comments, Hera Costa got a strong weight in Liberia. I want to make this clear. When you say they should look at Hera Costa demand, and I will say this again, it's up to whoever want to look at the Hera Costa demands. Hera Costa is member of the CPP. Hera Costa member of the CPP. I know that Hera Costa trusts his political leader. Likewise, other people trust the political leaders. You need not to you need to be, you are already part of the CPP, and by electing a standard bearer, you must support that standard bearer. You has all right to explain or to ask questions, but the demands that signing a contract with COP, because this contracting started with Henry Costa. I remember I saw Henry Costa on his show. He was just talking, and later on he brought up boop about the contract, which is good. And other people took it this way, and I came out and said, yes, this man, you need to sign contract with everybody. But not with everybody. I say, if you think you're powerful, you need to break into the table. You want to be part of the decision making. But let's say this: Henry Costa is from All Liberian Party. What is Costa's position in the All Liberian Party? He's not a chairman. He's not the vice chair. According to him, he's just an ordinary member. He has no position. So within the CPP, because Henry Costa is the biggest talk show host, they should grab Henry Costa and say, my man, we got to talk to you, my man, because, and this and that. But Henry Costa is already part of a political party. For you to be a leader in a CPP, it must come from the party within. It will make no sense somebody just grab me from somewhere and say, oh, Mune, we need to talk to you. If anybody want to talk to me and say, man, I need your support, that's it. The president, the standard bearer will come out to Costa and say, listen, in fact, the standard bearer knows already that Henry Costa is part of the COP. So he need not to ask Henry Costa, say, I need your support. The biggest thing Henry Costa have been criticizing George Weah, not in a bad way, but which is the truth. He been bringing out things about George Weah. How will you feel to sit by and don't speak? Because that's what George Weah looking for. Henry Costa don't campaign. Okay, I support you, thank God, I will support him. But in how can you support someone and don't campaign? So it's like, then tell us you want for George Weah to be president still for the next 2 years and for the next 6 years after the first term. That is what I'm saying. You're already part of a CPP. Okay, let's say Henry Costa. Tell you today, if Henry Costa was not a member of the All Liberian Party, not a member at all, Henry Costa, an independent guy, he member of no political party, then we got something to contend with. Then we'll say, listen, we need to go to Henry Costa because Henry Costa, man, the man he's an independent guy. He got people following him and whatsoever. Bam. Then that's it. Well, Henry Costa is already a member of the CPP. And you see, one of the things I don't like about we Liberians, I can organize a group. But personally, I don't think I need to be chairman of that group. I must go through the regular thing. Council of Patriots. Okay, Henry Costa, other guys, they came together. Mo Ali, from different groups. These was the same people who never had Council of Patriots during the Lrtn Johnson time. It was only Henry Costa against Lrtn Johnson and other people. Darius Dillon, certain time he was with Lrtn Johnson, and then later on he left. Mo Ali, Ben or United Party man, I saw a post from Mo Ali when Vendetta Patrick was in jail. And I even make a comment that he need to apologize to Vendetta Patrick for that comment at the time. Because Vendetta Patrick was criticizing Lrtn Johnson. And before I continue, my question here, was Mo Ali and Henry Costa in good relationship at the time? Because Henry Costa always go against Lrtn Johnson, but Mo Ali with Lrtn Johnson. So you see, this is a thing that puzzles me and pisses me off sometimes. These were the same people who were all honoring Lrtn, praising Lrtn, And today, they want to be the one to speak for the Liberian people. Okay, I take Henry Costa from there. Darius Dillon left from there. Darius Dillon said, no, I can't. He walked off from the table. So, why these guys never call on Ellen Johnson and say, Madam President, you're doing the wrong thing? Eh? The Council of Patriot, they do their own election by themselves. It's not a Liberian. In Liberian, by the time you start to lead something, they want you to be the leader. And Liberian people don't stand by you. They can take a bullet for you. They will never take a bullet for you. And I'm not prepared to die for any Liberian who cannot take a bullet for me. I can die for my family, not Liberians easily. Because they will not. They will not stand there when you are arrested. They will not stand there to say, yes, we must do this. They will speak. Yes. Henry Costa sat in America and make one call to his supporter and he went in the street. They make one call. He just made one call and supporters were all over the place. But these were the same supporters when Henry Costa were going through the thing in Liberia there with this government. We never heard supporters talking. We're the same people on internet here speaking against the government while you're going after Henry Costa. So nobody against Costa. I say every day I admire Costa. People call me, they think that Henry and myself will talk all the time. No. I speak to Henry when I feel like. You see, I don't fall in love with people because you're popular or a lot of people know you, so that because of that, I must be a friend with you. No. That's not how it's supposed to be. If Henry Costa was not member of ALP, he was just an independent guy, and he in the COP, and he organized the COP as an independent person, trust me, then you get a case. Then you can make a case say you got to get to meet up with Costa demand. But how Costa will be a member of LAP and ALP is in the CPP, and Costa should get a demand? I thought his party, he's in line with his political party. He's in line with his political party to be part of this group. So, guys, let us be rational. Let us speak truth here. Let us speak truth. I mean, you might not like it, but that's what I'm saying. And this is not personal. This is not personal to say. Some people say, oh, yeah, the man talking about Henry Costa because he won't relevant. Nope, I don't want it. I don't. That's not what I'm looking for. But the truth is the truth. If we can say it, we will work on it and make it straight tomorrow. But if we cannot say it now, because we must come out and break it down to the least man. Henry Costa is a member of All Liberian Party. Henry Costa. He's a member of the All Liberian Party. The All Liberian Party are part of the CPP. Henry Costa is not an independent man. He still holds a membership to this party. He ran on this party ticket. Now Henry Costa is chairman of the CPP. COP. COP was not the one that came out with the contract. And nobody can convince me, because I listened to Henry Costa from the first day he talked about the contract. He was just saying, and then he abruptly brought it in, his topic. And he said, oh yeah, in fact, they will have to sign contract, and he started, and people took it up. And he continued to say it. So, saying to negotiate with Henry Costa because of that. So then what about his political party? Then, if Henry Costa resigned from his political party and making such a statement, he got a ground, then we can say, listen, Henry, don't do this, man. We need you. We need you. But I, Munel Kishen, will not waste my time on Facebook, on Twitter, on whatsoever, criticizing this government. Then come 2023, shut my mouth, don't say nothing. Oh yeah, I support. I pray that they win, and don't say nothing. I be wasting my time. I wasted all my time. That means when you don't speak, you give the other people a chance to speak. If you're not part of the process, then you give the wicked people to be part of the process. That's all I'm saying. So this is nothing personal about this and that. He's a heavyweight.
But I believe that he's a member of the political party. He's a member of the CPP. How will you be a member of a group and want to negotiate separately of the group? My people just stop it, man. I expect you to know better. You people are educated people. You should be very smart. I don't think Darius Dillon will even want to say anything. Will come and say something different too. That they should sign with him. He won. He won. Okay, Henry Costa got his people. Darius Dillon has his people. Oh, Darius Dillon is with the CPP, the COP. But Darius Dillon say, well, you know the Pope behind me, so I want you to sign contract with me. Henry Costa is member of the COP. If he was an independent guy, trust me, I will be the first on board that we need to talk to this guy to bring him in. Because I'm one of those who say we need to talk to all the other political, small political parties. They might be small, but they got votes. See how many votes they got in the election. Some people got 1,000 votes, some people got 8,000, some people got 2,000 votes. They are all members. So we need to bring them in. They are important too. They are very important. Because a man win a general election and got 2,000, 4,000 votes. So you see, they are members. We need to bring them in. But Henry Costa is a member of the All Liberian Party. So why should Henry Costa alone be negotiating? Henry Costa need to push on to ALP. Now listen, with the voice now, with what I'm doing, I need to have a voice in the ALP right now. I want to be heard. Yes. But let us stop doing this. Because that is how we create all this problem. That is why we should be careful. Let us be very, very careful, my people. Please. Please. It's not helping. It will not help us. Henry Costa is popular, but if you're telling me we should negotiate with him, then I think we're doing the wrong thing. We don't need to negotiate with Henry Costa. Henry Costa is relevant. He got his people, but he's member of the CPP. So, and somebody say, oh, okay, my telephone number is. Guys, I will be with you in few seconds. Okay, guys, you can call me on this number if you want to make a contribution, and I will be on here for the next 20 minutes. After that, I'll be done for the day, and I will be on tomorrow in the afternoon on the LRTN prime time. And if anybody wants to contribute, you can call me on this number 267 and just make it brief, and we can talk, and I can hear from you. What is your view on this? It's a good news that the CPP have signed a contract. They have they are together now. People say that they were not going to hold, but at least they are taking the second steps. And so, okay, hold on 1 minute. And how are you, Ben? How's everything there? Oh man, listen, we got to. The thing is that I tell people we spend time. Sometimes we call Liberia. I was in Liberia 2018.
I still got people in Liberia, but we can. It's just that we just gotta be very careful. But there will be a time we will bring some information out that people will understand. The biggest thing is Liberia, my brother. That's all.
But yeah, that's true. But you know what? I can see some disappointment in your voice, but guess what? It is too early. You guys will prove some of us. You guys will prove us right. And every time when people talk about something, people say, "Oh, they hate Costa." Nobody does not hate Costa.
No.
Costa has his gift,
Yeah.
and nobody can take away from him.
Yes.
But the gift, God gave us gifts for different reasons. But if you will use your gift to always put you in a negotiation, position to benefit yourself, then that gift is not benefiting the people.
Yeah.
Everything that Costa does over the time, it always must reflect him. Must reflect him. And but we have been saying these things. A lot of you have been saying, "Oh no, the guy like that." Now because this thing now it is coming close for you now. Because all of you guys who in the opposition who really want the opposition to win, Costa is going to be a blow to it. Now you guys are beginning to to realize the same thing some of us have been saying. Look, I can tell anybody, Costa and Ria has the same characteristic. Everything has to surround them. If it's not about them, it should be nobody else. What kind of attitude is that?
Yeah.
What kind of an attitude is that? And then the thing that blows my mind is that the Ria people, Ria does nothing wrong. The Costa people, Costa does nothing wrong. How are they? How are these people going to win? Look, people are looking what it means to be an incumbent in Africa. The guy who is in the seat in Africa to remove him, it is very hard.
Yeah.
99.999.
It's hard. They got everything in the corner. Yep.
They always go for two terms. Okay, they will go for two terms. This guy is stealing from our people. He's killing people. This guy is doing all of this.
Everything. Yep.
These horrible things. But I will tell you, look, at the end of the day, guys, if we will go by history, this bad president criminal who has in office will go for second term. And let me tell you this new contract that ECOWAS have that they do not want people to, yeah, they do not want coup. What that is saying is that also they do not want no uprising. These guys, they would not, they will see. Look at all of the fraud, elections that goes around Africa.
Yeah.
You think these guys don't see it? Did you never see it? They see it. They see it and they pretend like, oh, you know what?
That's a club.
It's a club.
Yep.
People were asking, oh, why was it he was traveling? Of course, he was trying to be initiated. He went all over. He was building his alliances. That's how when these guys get into power, that's what they do. They get there and they build their alliances because they know say this thing I'll be there for future. The only time African leaders start to have problems is when they try to amend the constitution after their two terms.
Yep.
That's the history about Africa. That's the history. And the history is there. And even where Costa is in his thing. See how dangerous that is. That is the same contract that he had with George Weah. Where did that contract go? That he and George Weah had that agreement and he was working with George Weah for about 8 months. We were not hearing no bad news about the CDC government until when things were not going his way, he decided to expose them. Now he wants to sign another contract with the other people, and so he won't say anything to them when they're not giving his will. Then he comes to run on the air. You cannot use Liberian people as a bargaining chip. That is horrible. We are not products to be sold around. No. Costa has his gift. Nobody can take it over me. And sometimes I always like him?
That's the
I,
fact.
I mean, Costa blocked me 2 years ago, but I still go to listen to his video, so I can counteract him. Doesn't mean that I like him. No, I don't. But I still go there, and I also add to his videos. So all this number thing, people need to be very careful. When you want to prove your popularity in politics are proven through the ballot box. All right?
Yeah.
And you can be a part of you can be a part of a party and then wants to and then you I think that want the collaboration to form a contract with you. What are you doing? You would be benefiting your party.
Yeah.
That is cheating.
Yeah, you are a member of the political party already.
Yes.
Eh? If you're an independent man, we got it. But you're a member of a political party and your party is within the CPP. Then why you want to sign an individual contract? Then resign from the party and let us know where your stands are. You know, that's why I say challenging him that there is no way he will sit. Yeah.
People knew this guy has serious political ambition. He doesn't hide it. And most of them, some of us, when he was breaking up with those, brothers out here in Minnesota, people said resign from the party. If you haven't this, resign from COP and let someone control COP, and you just be just a bad member. But again, he can't do it because of his egotistic characteristics. It doesn't allow him to allow somebody else to get credit. And that's the same thing that with Georgia. Georgia wants everything in that country to be about him. The man living, the man got statue, the man got statue in our country. Statue for starving our people. Is that statue up, Georgia? For what? For what? What is Georgia doing for the Liberian people so much that the seditions can't even keep homeless? They say, oh, this man is too bad for us.
Okay, and just hold on. Let me bring somebody, and then you will wrap up, and then let me see. I want to merge the person on. Hello.
Yeah, brother.
Okay, just hold on. Let him finish, and then you will come in. Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, so my end, my legal line here is this. Because that precedent that Costa is asking for is so bad because if the CPP were to even give him that credence, what's about Marvin Colley?
Yeah.
What's about, what's about Stephen Cannon?
Yeah.
What's about all the other guys who are fired behind the government every now and then? What will become of them? We cannot be. This country is not a piece of meat. It's not because drug dealers and the taking us like piece of meat means that everybody's going to share up. Let us put a stop to these things. Costa has a voice, he has a voice. Let him use the voice for the reason in which his voice were meant to set.
Yep.
Everybody does not have to be in politics.
Yep.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Ben. I appreciate your time. You always come up with a good thought. Thank you very much. Okay, yes, guys. Who's next? And what's your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, okay. This is a friend calling from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Yep. How are you, my brother? How's everything?
So nice this evening. Thank God for life.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, really been listening to you. It's a very interesting topic at this hour of the night. Yeah. I just have some people that I want to contribute.
Go ahead, my brother.
Or just be realistic.
Okay, hold on 1 minute. Hold on 1 minute. Let me merge somebody on, then we'll continue. Okay, yeah, somebody. When the person finish, then you will continue. So continue and 7 7.
Okay.
Yeah, continue. Then from there, Evangelina will come on.
Yeah, okay. I'm saying let us be realistic.
Yeah.
So in life, sometimes even you and our brother can be the same.
Yeah.
If you are blessed by God, favor, I should favor you based on that. Doesn't mean that the favor you have, I should have the same thing.
No.
I listen to other follow and what have you. They are doing comparison which of course is not the same, totally different. Costa has played a very major role when it comes to Liberian politics. And Costa is well known nationally and internationally. You take it, you like it or not, you have to take that into consideration. And Costa is somebody that anybody can talk on issue in Liberia, but may hardly take into consideration. But when Costa talks, it's a heavyweight.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anything Costa Poe is voicing, anything Costa Poe is voicing, if Costa shake your way than any other, all the opposition they put their voice together, they have nothing to your way equal to Costa. Just recently, when Costa Poe is more the president, he came out to justify everything Costa talk. Sometimes you see names people, even the one that you made yesterday, that the people now go by social contract. And he said, if your will see any reason to extend the election to 1 year, we will never agree, we will fight against it. Other people take it as part of their talk show. How many of us here today has a talk show host that you have voice equal to Costa? Even the opposition, I can say Buckeye have a popularity, but rather than except Buckeye, there is nobody in Liberia that have popularity that equal to Costa the Liberian listening to. I'm not talking about everywhere, but Morovia and its surrounding, Costa get a voice. If we all can surrender around Costa and coach him well, and do his words, and follow him, and listen to the next social contract. If you listen to his social contract, it's in the interest of the Liberian that he don't bring any NGO and what have you. Liberian should always be heading most of those. We want to see Liberian becoming a billionaire. We don't want to see that. We want to see social justice. We want to see how best, how do you call it, economic crime, what crime should be restored. All those things we talk is in the interest of the Liberian people. And you can't just forget about it. You say, okay, this thing is part of our people, because we know our leaders. If you don't bring those agreements, the things your will do, they always do it. And we are taking it to be upon, but it's just like Costa has decided, if at all, the folk cannot go by the social contract, he will never campaign against anybody. But if Costa go to any position, any opposition or party, ruling party, it's a very heavy weight.
Okay, I want to hold you there. I want to hold you there.
Yeah.
My topic here, I said
Yeah.
I am not in favor of anybody personally talking about signing contract. You know what I say that for? A leader can come and sign your contract. That doesn't make him to be he will be a good leader. He can make him be a good leader. We need to ask our leaders question. Everything on the contract Costa talk about is what we want. We want the next government to go after, to stand by the TRC. We want the next government to stand against injustice and corruption and make sure you put Liberian first. Everybody want it. But Liberian people do not ask the candidates question and they just go ahead and vote for them. In this country we live in, the late George Bush told the American people that he would not cut taxes. But when he got ready, he cut the taxes. When he started making, he said, read my lips. There's a guy here, a Republican organization. Before you run on a Republican ticket, you will sign that contract. They call it Northwest. The Northwest, every Republican sign that contract so they cannot increase taxes. But when they get in power, they do it. So or candidate can sign the contract and then later on come back and say, listen, we're still trying to do this and that. But my thing is that Henry Costa is a member of ALP. He's not an independent person. He's a member. He ran on a ticket. But the only thing is that, unfortunately, he's not an official in the party. So if you are a member of a party that part of the COP, and you coming up and say that you want a contract, because he's talking about the contract before the COP start taking it. And COP is made out of opposition members, people from different parties. I supported ANC. I supported the COP. But
a member of a political party that's already in the race. If Henry Costa was an independent person and he come off a contract, trust me, you need to go and talk to him to bring him in. But he's a member of a party within the CPP. So tell me, so Darius Dillon will come up and say, well, you have to sign my contract. Martin Colley will come up and say, sign my contract. We need for our candidates to go for debates. They need to have town hall meeting. They need to answer all these questions. Will you go against, will you stand for justice, yes or no? That's it. But I don't want us to say this thing. I will disagree with you on that, my brother.
Yeah, but let me try him. You guys want to say for all you're making the Martin Collins, others talk show hosts. It's very wrong for you to compare them to.
You see there? Listen, no, I will hold you there. I will hold you there. No, let me hold you a little bit. Let me hold you there. No, but you see, you're changing my topic. You're changing the topic. Before I say this thing, nobody can say Henry Costa do not have the crowd. You'll be lying to yourself. Henry Costa started it when there was no Facebook camera around here. He went against Ellen for he started it and 8 years into the Ellen 12 years. He went to jail. He did all these things. I'm not saying that Henry Costa is irrelevant. Nobody can listen to Henry Costa. No, people listen to Henry Costa. But what I'm saying here, signing a contract, do not tell me that the man that's signing your contract will be a good leader. He can sign that contract and still don't follow nothing. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get you. I'm coming in. Not just a single person.
Oh God.
He's speaking, according, he's speaking for his group.
No. The contract is not the contract for no group. I listened to Henry Costa. He's my friend. I listened to Henry Costa talking about this contract. He abruptly brought it up in one of his conversations and started it. So it's not a COP. COP filing it now.
So Costa said, I'm talking BI, the COP member. He's not he alone. He's not
My brother,
his capacity.
I follow Costa. Listen, I don't know. I want you to get it right. The day that Costa made that statement, Costa was explaining about the whole political thing. Then he just jumped and said, in fact, you will have to sign my contract. And I will notarize it. If anybody want me to be part of them, to campaign, to help and do whatsoever, I have to come to the table. He said we. After Costa said it, and he continued to talk about it, now people within the COP started following it and say, oh yes, it's not a bad thing. Listen, it's not a bad thing. But he's a member of a political party within the CPP.
I'm part of what it called, I'm supporting when I come to ANC, for me, I'm supporting ANC. I don't want to lie. But what we get to, we criticize somebody that God has blessed. And the reason is this: Costa is not speaking high people. He's speaking. Even other people were threatening that in this social contract of fight, who you be. I agree that there's no one way somebody can get it at home. We wish Costa make it there's a way to work. I don't have a problem. You can recommend to the people, but it should not be bounding. And the reason why he's making it bounding is because the Nigerian that they are not. And if you make it bounding, if it's not enough over it, if he can come after you, you see reason. So anybody comes after. The society will look at you back.
Okay, I want you to go back to history. I want you to go back to history. George Weah, that today who is the worst person that we all want to move. George Weah was the lightning rod in Liberia. Everybody wanted George Weah on the side. Everybody wanted George Weah as VP. George Weah never a talk show host because of his popularity. Everybody tried George Weah before the 2005 election. They wanted George Weah in their corner. He ate money from Bromsky. He went to Tottenham and went all this place. Everybody talk when you go back on Facebook and you hear George Weah saying that I don't want for Liberian people to go through the hardship when I was coming up. This is about Liberian. They come even when you listen to his inaugural speech. But today what happened? It's all about him. People believe in George Weah. You cannot tell nobody. People can still sacrifice their children for George Weah. So I don't want us to make that same mistake. Costa is blessed. God gives everybody a gift that you can never take from them. Costa stood in Liberia, in America here, and make a telephone call, and people went in the street. But what I'm saying, I want us to get this one straight. If Costa was an independent man and he's not a member of ALP and come up and say, my group, you will have to sign contract, I swear to my God, I will tell you, say yes, we will go and talk to Henry Costa and bring him in. And at the same time, nobody should fool yourself. Say, Henry Costa told me, he said, I will support the person, but I will not campaign. Then all your effort goes in vain, because if you don't campaign for the person, then it's like you telling me Joshua should be the next president again. He said, I will support the person, but I will not campaign. I won't hear that from Costa, and I know Costa will not sit by with all campaigning. So I don't want to hold him responsible. He will not. Costa will campaign for whoever it is. But we need to ask our candidate. If it's Cummings, we need to ask Cummings. If it's Boyka, we need to for Boyka to come up publicly and tell the Liberian people, I'll stand for this, I will put this, I will put that. We all will hear. Joshua never did it. Joshua didn't promise us nothing. He never went to debate. So how he promised us nothing? But we need to say Henry Costa is right, but I just don't want to say they must sign your contract. But my brother, everybody's important, bro. You that are talking right now, I know you got a large family. Some people depending on you. If you bring 5 of your relatives to the table, your 5 relatives got other people that believe in them. So I'm the kind of person, I don't care how many person follow you. But the main thing is that how many person will listen to what you're going to say or to implement what you're saying. Costa sacrificed himself. He went to Liberia to join the campaign. When this thing happened to Costa, everybody put their tail between their legs. They were in Liberia hiding themselves. It was Costa alone and few other guys who helped to escape. They're sitting there, oh, this and that. I'm just trying to tell you that's Liberia.
You just use the English word, which of course can be likely lit, wherein you said he must say he must sign. That word must is mandatory and is
Yes,
somehow demanding.
that's what he said.
So I can look at that. But what I'm saying, the reason why again is somehow looking, troublesome. But if you see Costa saying that, it's because the Liberian leaders that have been lying to the
I
Liberian
agree with you on that. I agree.
So he is saying the reason why he's demanding is that if at all you make standard contract and later refuse to do so, definitely if they want to come after you, they come after you. But people that believe in him, that told him that this is a contract that we need, and if you want, if they agree to that, definitely we all will give our support. He's saying he don't want to lie to the Liberian people. Like if people sign that contract, if the failures come from the president or any other person, definitely he should not be held responsible. But he is not speaking as individual. I just want for you to put that
Okay,
into
well, until
consideration.
Henry Costa can
Yes,
come up and say he's not speaking
even
as
today
individual.
he make it very clear. He said even one of my supporters was threatening that the contract we talk about before anything be the member of COP can do anything. They said one of my members was threatening that if this contract is not signed and you agree for us to give us support, definitely it means that you have lied to us.
Okay, let me ask
Right
you. Let me
now,
ask you one more question before you give the
yeah,
topic the chance to this lady. The members of COP, where they coming from? Who are they?
they are coming from majority coming from how they call it, because there is people that support your COP. Majority
Some
coming
people from
from
CDC.
CPP.
They all from different political parties.
Some
COP
from okay,
members.
I'm saying
Yeah.
majority from CPP.
No, I know.
Majority
Okay, listen. They are just
90%.
it's just the same thing. They all from different political parties, including the
Yeah,
CDC. That where they coming from. Now,
yeah,
you know the COP supposed to be a pressure group. They're not
yeah,
political parties. They're not member of political parties. So political parties
yeah,
need not to even be part of them. But I
yeah,
support the COP. I support ANC. Now it almost like
We all in different churches, and the Oma get her prayer band. We go to the prayer band every day. We have prayer meetings and what's about. I'm from a church. You from a different church. By the time the woman talking about organizing a church, I say, I gotta go back to my church. You from ANC, you supported AMC. No matter what happened, when the election is on, you will support whoever from the CPP. I know you will support them. You will campaign, because if you don't campaign, it's like all your effort going Vietnam. You say, well, let's just give it, because you don't want to go against what you're talking about. We all want the same thing Costa won. I want to say
Yeah,
this.
but
We want it. We want that. We don't want to make our leaders to be bad,
if
my brother.
if I be like Costa, if the way you give me the question, I will never support if I know that you don't have the interest of the different people. I will never support. No matter who you are, you can even be my father. I don't care for that. I believe in the majority, especially the down to the people.
Okay.
If you are not in the interest of the down to the, so I will never
Yeah,
support
but
you.
you know that we're not going to
I
look
will,
for leaders that are going to be against the people this time around. You know that, eh? Hey, okay, let me ask you
yeah,
this.
yeah,
Let
but
me let me let me say this to you. Eh? You believe you trust your because you say you support ANC. You trust your political leader. Eh?
for now,
Yes. And the same way the other people trust their political leader. Henry Costa trusts his political leader, and and the people that in UP trust their political leaders.
yeah,
They know the stand of the political leader. Henry Costa know the stand of his own political leader, and he's member of a
yeah,
political party. You
yeah,
already know your political leader. If you're not satisfied with your political leader that he's not the right person, I will tell you, if I don't believe that Cummings is the right person, I will criticize him and say, listen, I think we need to get somebody different. But for now, I still believe that he is the best person for ANC. I still believe in that until I can see somebody new. So I will criticize. I say, listen, this Cummings man we're going to carry here will be a problem. We can't carry this man. Or we can't leave this man and carry the other man. We can't do this. I will criticize them. But you see, this is the thing I want us to distinguish here. When you are independent and you're not a member of any of these four parties, and you're so powerful, trust me, they will run behind you and say, my man, don't do this thing here. You got to come back. Okay, we're signing. But what I'm trying to say, signing contract, politicians can lie. The same thing we're talking, they lie. They can come there and sign that contract and lie to you and tell you they can build bridge under the water, or I will make sure that everybody be okay. Now when that man takes over, he can do it. Every time you ask him, he come and explain to you. Let me tell you something. Let me get a little before the next lady come on. It's like this: when you owe somebody money and you refuse to answer the phone or to talk to that person get angry and they won't take you to court. But if you take that telephone and call that man, say, my man, I was going to bring the money today, but it's still tough for me. That man can do nothing to you because the man know you honest to him. And if somebody honest, they will not they will tell you what is what. So they make a sign that contract. Then after a certain time, he say, listen, up to now we implemented the war crime code. I'm still negotiating with the international community for money. We don't have money. Every time I may have press conference, I don't care how vexed you are, you will slow down. But
yeah,
because President Weah is not talking, so everybody is pissed off with President Weah because he's not talking.
yeah. But
He running
one
from
one
us.
reason, yes, hold on. One reason you have to know if all those job contracts that Costa is talking about, Costa is not demanding that as soon as you just do everything. No, within a period of the 6 years, at least one should be implemented. That the one you want, at least within a period. And I want for you to make the one clear. I told you Costa is a member of political party and he support that. But if he can, as the process grow, he's speaking from general perspective, what they believe in. It's not something that they have already drafted, but that is the one that they are going to do. They are only asking if ask oh any candidate because now it's time they are not able to now go for primary, they just get it something. But you say if anybody from the opposition, whosoever, because I'm now so good to you, if you if you are elected to be the head of CPP, definitely it brings the social contract to you. And if you are in the interest of the Liberian people, you'll see reason.
Do you
And
want? Do you? Can you
the
tell
reason
me?
of the signature, the reason of the signature you have to say, if you put a signature in anything, it means that you are who you say
Is every member of if every citizen member of the COP?
Huh?
Is every member citizen of the COP? Citizen a member of the COP? Every
Every
Liberian member of the
citizen,
COP?
every Liberian,
Yes.
no, and every Liberian will never be member of.
Okay.
There are
Listen, my
people that
man.
believe
My
in
man. Let
people,
me.
people that
Do
neither
you?
Liberian
Do
nor
you?
a member of
Okay.
COP.
I want you to wrap up. We discussed. I will bring this topic up again because I
Yeah,
want us to get it straight. And I continue to say COP were put together to pressurize the government and whatsoever. They're all from different parties. Even some of the people that are there today, these were the same people who stood behind Ellen Johnson, and now they're trying to speak, which is their business. But the fact is that Henry Costa a member of a political party, and his party is within the CPP, and speaking as he got ambition. He has the ambition to contest. It as his right to do it. But into a group where they got different members, they're not political parties. They are not political parties. Even the COP should be aside, even when the next government have problem. So if people within the COP say, well, if they sign a contract, I would not support them. Who are you going to support? I want to know. Because we believe in the leaders we bring in. We believe in them that they are better than this person. We believe in them. Let us be very careful. Because we believe in these people. I believe in Cummins. Other people believe in Boaka. We know that Boaka are honest. Cummins honest. Other people believe in Bernard Ure. Other people believe in Yombly or whatsoever. We believe in these people. You can't come and say if Henry Costa was an independent, if Henry Costa resigned today from LP, eh?
he can change anytime.
No, let's. But everybody can change. Even do excuse me. Do you know Henry Costa whether he will change or not? You don't know. You don't know if Henry Costa can change. Eh?
Any movie can change.
That's why I say you don't know who
If you are
changed.
if you are heading me, I demand you to do certain things because the reason why I know
Yes, but this is how you demand. This is how you demand. You demand by asking the question and let him answer it for everybody to know. Let Henry Costa get a whole big platform. Invite whosoever onto your platform and ask them all these questions and let them be able to talk. But what I'm trying to say, I want us to get it straight the role of Mr. Costa. Mr. Costa is a member of the CPP. Mr. Costa is with the COP. If Mr. Costa will demand that the CPP standard bearer sign a contract with the COP, if they don't sign it, I will support them, but I will not campaign. Then why will you waste your time advocating for Liberians against Joshua? Joshua will be so happy it was for Costa not to campaign. He said,
he never say we support them today. He said
no. Listen,
it's
I'm
not
going
right.
back. I
If he
put a
not
post. I put a post up.
yeah,
I say an
he said
open
if
question.
he not
I said an open
yeah,
question to Henry Costa, and Henry Costa replied and said, I will support the candidate, but I will not campaign for them. And what you think, what you say, you want to tell me it's a wrong thing to sign my contract, and I never answer. I say I will get,
listen.
I say I will get
Costa
back.
make it very clear. Voting is another thing. But he make it very clear that I will not campaign. I will not campaign for you.
Okay, then if
If
you do,
I want
okay,
campaign for
so
you, I
then
will
what
not
is the,
campaign for you.
so if you don't campaign for me, because I never signed this contract, and you campaign for me, so you rather George Weah in
No,
there. No, no.
he said no. He will never. If he can campaign against you, it means that he can't follow your way. He remain mute.
Okay, he
He
remained
has
mute. Okay,
refused.
good.
Yeah.
Joshua be very happy for you to be mute. Joshua is happy because you're not going to be checking on his
Yeah.
butt. He happy for you to
Yes,
be mute.
so Costa knew. You already make it very clear to him that you're not in the interest of the Liberian people.
No,
That is
no,
what I'm
no, no.
asking.
You asking a question whether he signed as something to say the signing paper or politician signing contract with citizen, my brother. They can't take the person win. They can't take them to court. That person that run away from you, you feel giving the person power. Let Joshua. Just example.
We are not
Everybody
looking
believe
at
that by
people.
Joshua
We are
being
not looking at the
president,
people.
poverty will come into drop in Liberia. Everybody believe in it.
Listen, bro. We are not looking
Okay,
at the people in question, but we are
okay.
looking at the
Let
rationale behind
we will discuss
behind
this
the action.
issue on the next time. I
Okay,
agree.
let me just conclude now.
At least you myself from the same party, no problem.
Yes. Yeah, let me conclude. And I would like to say this. And sometimes I have some problem
Okay, just wait 30 seconds because this lady been
Okay.
waiting. We got somebody in the line.
Okay. Uh, Liberian, let's talk about very important that big Costa depending one other pool. Costa is nationally, internationally known, and you get more with many others. Public speaking when it comes to talk show, that kind of very. And we the member of PNC, and some most of our brothers part of PNC, the only one who is Costa. Costa is somebody that what you people are doing, you cannot do it. That is true. True that maybe Moses today, Moses on his air, like everything is there, I said no. There's a big difference here. So let us explore the comparison. God bless Costa and we can use Costa voice to accomplish our mission. Maybe if the standing of the people demanding is somehow not in the interest of certain people, there is a link that we can call Costa home. Let us the way in which you are carrying it. Your serial contract is very unique. So let us play this song. Costa is a human being. All those are part of COP. You're only making suggestions at this time. So we should not hold you responsible of what you are saying. It's not your time. You only ask you. Let us play body around Costa to see reason.
Listen,
Let's
that's your advice. I agree. I respect it, and we will hold on to it.
yeah.
Okay, thank you
So
very much for your that
okay,
we kept the woman on too
and
long.
you brother, I take your advice, but I want you to really take that as a communication. Let us all run up around Costa to see reason. I beg you.
No, but we're saying that he should see reason. If
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
saying
we want him to see
his
reason too
mending
now.
his mending should not be a problem
No, no,
with
no,
me.
no. It would
If you
not be.
talk
And I
to
would
him,
tell you, Henry Costa would never sit aside without campaigning.
yeah.
Until
But I want you
until
to
I see it.
voice out to him what you think should be the best way. All the social contract is good, what you think should be the best way. Talk to him. It's just a demanding. We are trying to see how best we find solution that indeed can recommend to our opposition that they the one for it. Because all the social contract you talk about is in the interest of the Liberian.
Yeah, we know
So
that.
let's all rally around it.
Okay,
Thank you
my
for
brother.
your time.
I
I
appreciate
appreciate you a lot.
I
Bye.
appreciate your statement, and that was nice, and that's good. Okay, thank you. And Evangelina Ta,
Yeah, how are you?
you very patient. Are you ready or on the line for true? How are you?
Well, the guy I was talking, it was that's where I was coming from, so I enjoy him. That's the same thing I'm talking with the general. There are a lot of people who are envious of the young men because you don't even come on in the daytime, you come in the evening, you relax. There are people in the talk show, we all watch me, I watch most of the talk show, and I know some people that just come like you in the evening, like nighttime, like then you come and relax. You're not in competition. So some of us in the daytime, we can see the competition that they want to even out with Costa, Costa get population. This young men started the same before social media start coming. And I don't and see the supporter when any of them come up, we go there because our goal is one is this president has he's not doing the right thing and the other Liberians are not happy about it and we all on one side. So I don't see why they're so angry like I will wait tomorrow when my brother Sekou Kenneth come on because I read his statement and he called Costa contract, so-called contract. You know the language you use, it can make someone use to get in confrontation for no reason.
Yes.
If Costa says such thing, what you would have done, maybe because Costa, I mean, what you mean? Because we all, when you listen to Sekou Kenneth message is what government what is wrong. When you listen to Costa, it's that thing.
The
When you
same thing.
listen to Professor Key, the same
The
thing.
same thing.
When you listen to you,
The same thing.
yeah, to everybody, we're talking to the government. So why would you say, oh, they meant so-called something? First of all, when Costa spoke that day, you were right, General. At first, some people, when they are angry, they talk with emotion. And
Yeah.
that's what Costa is. And Costa is not on his show. He can check himself sometimes and say, when I like for people, if I do wrong for people to come to me. One time I remember, let me give you an example. Costa went, you're talking about Southeasty, like people from Southeast, that if people were voting, people would not go on that side because they don't have enough people. And I told him, and told him no. He and Obe come every day. More people from Southeast, so they coming from Southeast, and I'm like, but beyond you are supporting, yeah, you say Obe
Yeah.
until we have dump you, then you turn again. So you never knew that just where was Southeast.
Yeah.
And this is the same nonsense you're coming with. You're coming with it nonsense. Or will be having talk show. Because I'm from the Southeast and I don't support George Weah. So you're going to penalize me. The Ellen that was president, where did she come from?
Yeah.
What corrupt her for 12 years? Did she come from Southeast? Just stop the tribalism or sectionalism or the person. Put that aside. What Costa is saying from the beginning, Costa like, I will give them, but then I think when he came the next day, he changed his voice and said, we will. And when I hear him, I don't think Costa, at first when Costa used to do it, maybe he never had supporter and he felt alone. So he's so used to saying me. But now when Costa is like, we will do this. And Liberia first. I don't care about OCPP will not agree or Martin Collins will not agree or maybe why will Martin Collins not want to agree? What is it that Costa
No,
saying?
no. What this person said.
No, I know you give me an example.
Yeah.
And I'm
Say they did accept. Did accept will come. They will say they won't sign on a contract too. Everybody
yeah.
won't sign.
And
Yeah.
why would they want to sign contract? That means we the other Liberians that no position. We see everybody. When you come with if for example, if Martin coming or Abraham Dillon come and say, oh, because Costa signed for me, I want to sign for me, I will say you are broke, I don't want to check him. Because the COP is not a political party. We are we watch it, it's like we are the
Watchdog or
COP
pressure group. Yep.
watchdog for everybody pressure. So we're not here to be kissing to them. If, like you said, Jenna, if they can come and we ask them questions, we can also ask them questions, and later on they become president and do nothing.
Yes.
But you see, people, white men believe in paper.
But the same thing, but and I got you the same thing right in America. The people sign a contract, but they don't go by it. They got a Northwest contract or Republican group that sign that contract and they still go and do different things with the taxes.
But you, General, something starts from somewhere. Nobody have done it before in Liberia. So it is something I will bring.
Okay, but this one of the things, this my problem here. Everything in that thing Costa talk about is what we want. We all trust our political leaders. Costa is a member of ALP. He's a member. He ran on the ticket. He still got a membership. He's not an independent person. If Henry Costa was an independent person and he demanding, I would tell you, you need to invite him to the table and say, my man, we need your support. And anybody will need Henry Costa's support any day, anytime. You can't take it from him. He's the biggest. He started it. I don't I don't compare him with anybody. Okay. Now, he's a member. He's not an independent person. And I must say I support the COP. And I'm from a different party. The COP is not a political party.
Even when I'm not cutting on Costa say, oh, I'm for this party, I'm not in the back of my head. I'm like, no, you cannot be for any party.
But he's a member of the party.
Yeah, but you see, I like somebody to be real. Because there's a lot of people, they see WP who in the water and pretend like they're not for anybody.
Yes.
And later on, when they say this thing, when they go in the house and they go against everything. So at least I know where Costa stands. But 2023 is far from here. Maybe Costa is doing search by itself. Before then, he's in a party and he don't want to hide it because he critics are like he's not going to lie about it and say, oh, I lied. It was something everybody knew that where he was standing.
Yeah, but
So
he still made a statement that he stand with his political leaders on anything. He still
yes,
said
that's
it.
what I'm saying. I
Okay, so that's
said,
a conflict of interest. You know that
I
too.
hope, yeah, I hope, that's why I said 2023, got a few more years. I hope he must search himself and see where he stands. People can change. So to put set that one aside, there are people who they think they can intimidate Costa, so when they become president, so Costa can keep quiet
No,
and not bring,
no.
so you can't bring that nonsense
It's
to
not going to
people and
happen.
just
I don't
that.
think it will
But
ever happen
what
again.
it's not going to happen. That's why they want to intimidate the young man so you will keep quiet. Costa, the way Costa talking is like a revolutionary that's coming. That's how the young people are seeing Costa. And a lot of people supporting Costa because most of the like you are listening to you every night because you don't buy and blow. Even though your style is different, you lay back in talking. Costa is person that spoken to this man, and we enjoying it because some of the CDCs will call me. Actually, Costa be lying or something, and I'm like, okay, if Costa lie, you come on
And
and don't
and
bring
rebut,
somebody here
yeah,
and
and
Eugene
bring the
Falcon
right
to come
bring
in
the right
here.
one on.
Yes, don't just bring Eugene Falcon to come lie and be yelling. Bring somebody and say, number one, Costa said this, this is this. Yeah, yeah, my people. Number two, Costa said this, and this is. Then let us make our judgment. For everything that young man say before we wake up, it happened.
That's true.
Like when you were talking about the gas, the gas, something at the free port. Oh, Costa, Costa. The next day, you will shut up. Yeah, you start going to the Sierra Leone. Who you were, the president, your Sierra Leone president, you were against for freeing Costa. You're the next day, you put your tail in your butt and went there to beg for to buy gas. So, you don't have no credibility. So, I wake up somebody like me, I wake up 2 o'clock to listen to the man. And some people see all that we worshiping Costa.
Oh, it's not a worship. It's
Everybody
yeah.
that young Costa is about Liberia. And this is the same thing. Some people be like, oh, we are from Southeast, coming from Black today. You can't support we are.
You don't have
No,
to.
I don't.
Yeah, you don't have to.
We are
It make no
doing the
sense.
right thing. It's not if I support him, it's not because he's from Southeast. It can be Charles Taylor or Prince Johnson or anybody and is doing the
And
right thing.
we need to
I
get
want to support them for Liberia.
we need to get rid of
But
all this nonsense Southeastern, so other
yes,
Southeastern
what is
Crown, Global, Pele, Basa. We need to get rid of all this nonsense.
So much, didn't you know that Joe we are for your so those type of people, they are just gravy speakers. When a thing works out for them, they start telling again. So
Yeah.
people look at you, and in their right mind, we know who you are, and we don't trust you anymore. But where I stand, it's not like some of my brothers and sisters in my community, they will be like, oh, where you hate we are from? I do not hate we are. I don't like what he's doing. Like this petty stealing. Means one day, this Ellen woman was on for 12 years, she stole. We will cry for 12 years. So we like, okay, this man here he can relate to what we're going through.
Yeah.
You can't, the first thing you lack, what they call it, war crime code around because all the war laws, then they are your friends. Okay. And you came, when you come to the UN, you will act like you supporting them when you reach to the airport in Liberia.
You change your mind.
I want to do this for your system to will. That means you're not serious. It's question and million laws. Up to this time, we don't know the head to the tail. Somewhere to 25 million. I know whatever.
$25 million.
Yeah, in Tuesday.
In the economy, we see it.
Still suffering. More banks, they give you, if I'm not mistaken, 15 million to for what they call the Ebola crisis, Corona. The people over there hungry in Morocco, then you share the money among you and Jefferson go here, and you expect them to come from Southeast Asian will be clapping for you. You start political for how many years? Supposed to, according to your supporters, you will have 80 million in bank. Build your whole Nassau Street look like a junkyard. You never had a car. All your property in Florida, they were on repo. Then you became president, building Marshall near the ocean. You building on a garden. The first thing you did, you bought jet plane. You went laughing, your friend gave it to you for wow. So I knew you were immature right there. From one thing to another, from one thing to another. When any child is molested in our country, or little girl is raped and died, I never hear
You
you
don't
the
say
president
nothing.
or have president
Yeah.
condemn it.
No.
I say, I wonder ever did I see your boy from there right now? I never.
No.
But when you hear about poster, your arms start growing. So, to cut long story short, those that get hit before the more they hit it, the more we're going to love it. Costa, I can almost give birth to Costa. I don't want Costa. But one Costa is next to my wake up every morning. What I hear from the people coming through, I will keep watching.
So you are member. You are member. So you are member of the CPP.
I'm not member of CPP, I'm COP.
No, no, no. Wait, now. Wait. Are you member of any of the political parties within the CPP?
I'm no member of no political party.
Okay. Now you see. Yeah.
I don't trust nobody.
Okay. Now you see. This the thing. If you see for you, you're not a member. You are independent. Like for me, I've just decided to be a member of ANC. I've never joined no political party. I supported Cummings in the going election. People were surprised, but I don't know Cummings. I just read about him and I felt that he was the best person, and I supported him. I never went to the meeting. I never get a membership card until now. I said, well, I said I would take a side. I decided that I will be part of ANC and I will support Cummings. Now, what I'm saying here, if you are independent person like you, I would say, listen, man, you don't get no party. You need to be part of this part. You convince the person to be part. And if you come with a demand, I won't hear from you, then it's a different thing. So that is what I'm saying. If Henry Costa is not part of ALP, because he's a member, he got membership card, he still say it every day that he's political leader. Now, if he come up and say they should sign a contract, it's conflict of interest. So what you do, you either resign from ALP and stay as an independent person, and the COP is there because the people believe in Henry Costa too. People may get followers and say, listen, if you want me to support you, this is what you need to do. I will tell you plain blank that we need to do it. But if you trust your political leader, then you say, yeah. No, no, no. Anything you do, people talk about it. Let's just say that. Yeah. But they close on her, so that's why he ain't get nothing from her. She ain't get nothing to do. She ain't get no work to do. She just go sit down in the Senate. Yeah. 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 Be white. I agree.
and people be like, oh, you're Washington and Costa. No, Costa is the all the most of the news general.
Anything he said as truth, it come out real. That and I challenge people before. I said, if you say Henry Costa ever took money from you, I want you to come up and say Henry Costa took 10,000 from me. I want to see this person. Nobody ever came out to say. But that's why I say Liberia, we speculate too much. We talk about the future without even knowing what's going to happen.
But when somebody come and say, admit, well, I did wrong, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting. If we are come to them, 10 things around and start going by what people are crying for, you're not getting your break.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's it.
And people want us to wash it out now. Oh, if you don't commit a rule, I don't care what.
But go and see it. Go and see. You see, it depends on what you're doing it for too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on what you're doing it for.
Private money. It's not a private money.
That's what he's supposed to do.
Personal money.
That's his responsibility.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what he's supposed to do. And I ain't got to tell him thank you. I don't have to worship him for that.
Working for your own paycheck, they can come and be shaking your hand for getting check.
Yeah.
No, start doing it for free. But anyway, that electric people will be working and I'm not I know my right. As a Liberian, you the president, you do your job.
Yes.
Do your job well, I will praise you.
Yep.
Like Ellen, I'm not a fan of Ellen. But when Ellen became president, I said, well, you know what? For 20 years in the history of Africa, that gave her less chance. But when she got there, she blundered. And let me tell you, on general, and they just brought in live show. We were all TNC. They had their pay show with what they call Fatiga.
Yeah.
They used to go there and be promoting Robert Selu. We used to go there and watch them all day.
Yeah. Yep.
They were right. I don't support people because even my friend was Western.
It's not even right. It's not even right.
I want to go home. Some of our kids since 1990. I want to go home. I want to be safe. When somebody touch my door, or I call the police, there's somebody able to answer me. But I shouldn't be afraid to take my children home because nothing will come when they rape me. Nothing will come
Nothing,
out of
man. Nothing.
Nothing will come out of it. Some of these children that came from the forest to America when they go back home, and some of these boys that stole money in the government and they get them out because some of them never saw Morovia, they got on the plane. Like, yeah, I trust you. They go and molest people's children. Peace City, the general minister, she just getting paid. I don't see her.
No.
One day, arresting somebody's and those type of things. She's my sister, but I'm not
To even speak against it, to even come out publicly, even the first lady, for the first lady to just come out publicly and say, look at the 10 years old girl, the 10 years old girl that was molested just yesterday or day before yesterday. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah. In Cape Town said there's another one said the ball way. It's just so sad. This president need to take it very personal.
I'm not lying to you, General. It makes me any president in our those type of people will be castrated and executed.
They need to. Why would you go after a minor or somebody? And today I saw a Carrot Gray. Okay, good. He's speaking about it now. All those years they've been hearing all these things because they are the same people that are going behind minors. They are the same people that are going behind 14, 15 years old children.
We are never going to speak about it because when you say you're molesting little children, you say Ellen, the person that made me more mad. I can see the men they're doing it. I'm not giving the excuses because somebody like Ron may be doing that thing. But female who say, oh, the people, the other people rape me.
Yeah.
She will be right there. I saw one case in Niku Town, this little girl, General. They show it on CNN in the evening. The little girl, 9-year-old, excuse my language, they ripped the girl to a blower all on the wall. And I'm like, a president or female, and she will come to the white people, they will give her a wall and all type of things because she in our society with Helen, what they call it, Hillary Clinton there.
Yeah.
The same way with the ambassador that they just recorded in the same group, they in their society. So any time when Hillary Clinton goes for Secretary of State, she'll come and put good rapport off to the American government, and that's how she stay long because of that. And that's why she's still getting away with it. And every time when they talk about war crime court, they don't mention her name. I'm like, this woman donated 100,000. So what's the war? What's her name in their war crime court? And I pray that all these CPP leaders, I hope they don't spend it with her.
No. But my fear there, she back to Unity Party. Who knows? Look, Joshua is running Ellen Johnson third term. I'm gonna tell you the real truth today. He's running Ellen Johnson third term. And that coming back, she came back to Unity Party. Maybe it's to damage Unity Party completely. Maybe it's to because
Ellen is like a rock. She white and blue.
Yeah.
She's a very big rock.
Yeah, she protecting her interests.
We are running our country. Now Ellen still running our country.
Ellen is the remote. We are is the TV. You turn a remote on my TV.
Yeah.
Ellen got a remote in her hand.
Oh, but man, what they gonna do? We gonna back on, be back on. No, back on can be back on. If you don't show examples, another group may come again and think they can get away with it. That's why you see a lot of crime going on because most of these people that rape people during the war, they still exist. So
they still exist. That's true, man. It's still there.
If you start putting people executing their broad daylight, they will come to themselves.
We glorify bad people. We glorify bad people and downplay people who there. They think it's so bad in the country that the bad they're doing, people think it's right. So if you try to make it right, the people look at you like you're stupid. Liberian people got to understand. You got to make your leader. But you know, it was good that Joshua became president. It was good. It was 100% good. Yeah.
Somebody he make they may have bank manager from Grand. I said,
so what? So what? Eh?
So because, okay, for example, because Grand today you join us to help with the rest of Nigeria.
Yeah. That's not what you do, man.
I know there are intelligent people in my community. They're not supporting him.
Yep.
But when you silent me, no concern because you got to speak.
Yep.
And some of others are talking, they hate us.
Yep.
Sometimes I go a moment,
yeah, because the thing is that history will judge those that are standing by and say nothing. History will tell you, say, yes, man, you were there, you saw it, but you said nothing. Because history will know the enemies already, will know our enemies.
We had that those songs. I said that those songs before you fire those songs, as soon as you got in power, the next thing you went for those land to go take it from Akibor now.
Said that those songs, why he get those song job?
We don't even care about you. The whole time they stood beyond we went to Grand. No, he never passed his phone there. Anytime election feeling with it. The only thing he's doing to our people right now, most of the boys he took them to be a bodyguard.
Yeah.
He's driving and he's doing coaching for them. And I said tomorrow when something comes, they will come again and say all crowd people. And I will talk. Because I'm not going to let them to see everybody. Because this is the nonsense. Some of you will support and you'll sit here, you'll know it's wrong.
So those song got a job in your government?
They're both Ellen, they were hired by Ellen
yeah. At the Freeport. Yeah.
So when election was coming on, he openly supported only one side.
Yeah.
We are going back, he fired him. All of them,
See?
he goes for the other people.
But they put, I'm sorry, man, they put in Grand there. Sometimes you think they're together, they're not. If they say they love do, they same ball, This same boy contested in Grand Jury, they voted against him. This same boy contested in Grand Jury. Yeah. Yeah. That's it, man. I just thank you very much. Thanks for your comment. That was good. Let us just stand together. Have a good day and thanks. Share it. We'll meet on the Costa Show again today. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it, and everybody gave the view. And I just saying that if Henry Costa is an independent candidate, it makes sense. But he's part of the ALP and he's part of the CPP. So it's like conflict of interest. That means you don't trust your leader and you don't trust the other leaders. So, but he need to speak out and say what he really talking about. If the we all made up the COP. Like this lady and Sis Angelina, she said that she's an independent candidate, which I respect that. She's an independent, so these are the people you need to convince to go into the CPP because she's independent. Henry Costa is not independent. Henry Costa is with a political party. If Henry Costa come out today and say, I am not a member anymore of the All Liberian Conference and All Liberian Party, and I'm sticking with the COP, and because maybe the COP got more independent people, yes, they're cool, then it's a different thing. But I don't want us to make this thing, it's not about Henry Costa. He's right that politicians have lied to us a lot. That is why they say when snake bites you, when you see worm, you think it's a snake. But we all want the same thing. We all looking for the same thing. We all need it. And we should be very careful sometimes the words that we use. I use certain words against people when I know you're not okay. If it's right, like you said, the so-called educated people, good. If I say your so-called contract, that means there's a problem between you and myself. That is why I make such a statement. No. The contract in there is what we want. We want it, but what I am saying here is that the candidate can even sign that contract. It still don't guarantee that he will be a good leader. He will go over there and still try to do things. And sometimes I bring Putin and when I press after the president said, I say, you're going to do nothing to me. You're not going to overthrow me. And I will come out every day and be talking and pretending. Some politicians pretend. Ellen Johnson have press conference sometimes every week. So people didn't notice all this. People knew all the way they knew the corruption. Ellen Johnson will still go and talk. Those guys is not talking, so people piss off. So, but what I believe we need to do is for these candidates to tell us what they're going to do for the people. Put the people first. But I think that signing a contract, I don't believe in politicians signing contract. It's not binding, it's just something you look, they can sign a contract, it's just something to say, oh yes, they signed a contract, we go look the change. Based on the situations. Suppose things are not working fine. Suppose to be a bad leader. Amos was a bad leader. And he was an educated guy. They were in a struggle. They got in there. They changed. Woman family, all of them, they work with the same government. They changed. You see that? So George Weah, of all persons, who is the people's man, the man who was so concerned about Liberian people that, look, I don't want for Liberians to go through the problem, the hardship. People are suffering. People are this. Don't worry, your tears will be wiped away. And the people saw themselves. They believed that Joshua was the magic, had the magic touch. Joshua, under Joshua regime, students will not go problem and hunger. Students will get free education. Do that. Things will be okay. They believe. But look how far. This man who used to play Ludo today. You gave 20 feet away from him. He got more security as if he came as a rebel leader that people want to kill him. These are the same guy. The most popular man in Liberia. The most popular man. The man who was so popular, every politician wanted him in the corner as vice president.
But today, look at him. Look at him. He promised the Liberian people, I will go, and the CDC said that they will implement the TRC report. What happened? This same man spoke at the United Nations. When he came out and said, yes, yes. When he got to the airport, he said, I never requested for you the one that said it. You're the one wanted it. He changed the tune. So signing the contract is saying make nothing. But what we need to do is to pressure them, let them answer the question. Let us have a debate. If they do have a debate, let them have their own time, because Georgia will not debate with any other politician. They will not have a debate, but they will call a debate. He will not show up. But when he don't show up, let that debate be held and let the question be answered. Are you going to stand for this? Are you going to stand for that? Are you going to make sure Liberian first? All these questions can be answered because we all on the same thing. Every talk show you go to, everybody are pushing for the same thing, that George Weah is a bad leader and need to move. So if Henry Costa in the COP, he's part of the CPP. That is what I'm still standing by. And if he knows, let Henry Costa tell us if he don't trust Ben Ayure. You might say, yes, I don't trust Ben Ayure. He has all right to say, I don't trust Ben Ayure because he's a politician. The same time, people can say, oh, but you know, it's the same thing. If Henry Costa don't trust Ben Ayure, it's the same way people will not trust Henry Costa, because Henry Costa, speaking, he's not into position. So if he gets into position before, we can know. Some people say, oh, they don't trust Darrell Dillon because they will see when Darrell Dillon win a real election, that the time he will change. Darrell Dillon never signed a contract. Darrell Dillon promised the Liberian people. He was asked questions, and he promised the Liberian people, and he implemented his promises. He never said, I'm going to implement laws, but I'm going to do this. I will shine that light on. You people will know, when me I will shine the light on, we will know how the Senate operate. And that's what we get to know today, how they operate. He said you will know the exact amount that senators make as senators, their salary. And we know today. He said, I'm not going to go fight George Weah, but I will be objective. And if it's George Weah is doing things that is right, we will do it together. And he's doing it. So this is how you hold politicians. 425 say, listen, it's on tape. Then we start to play that tape. Then we start, but showing the paper, whether you notarize the paper, whatsoever, all that thing there, is just another confusion. Because even the non-coerce contract with the Republican, not all the Republican candidates can sign it. Some of them sign onto it so they will get the vote. They get the vote, they go there, they do different things. They do different things. They do different things. It's right to say your son, because politicians, they're lying to us. They've been lying. People can come up and say, Ome Boaka was part of Ellen Johnson, failed government. He never said nothing. His salary was going on correctly. He never said anything. And Mo Ali was with Ellen Johnson. He never criticized Ellen Johnson one day. They all were part of the same old government, and they never criticized. Today, they are the voice. They are in the same COP trying to tell us that this. Liberian eyes are open. Liberians know what they want. Yes, Henry Costa is the biggest. People come on the local currency, they look up to Henry Costa. I'm not saying that Henry Costa is irrelevant, that nobody can talk to Henry Costa. I don't even like to see other people trying to downgrade Henry Costa or to say Henry Costa is this and that. No. God gave him his gift, that's it. People believe they gave Henry Costa information than us. Some of us have got to sometimes practically beg to get information from certain people. And at the same time, some of us are very careful how we say give our information out, because we know people in the government, and certain things when we say it, they might notice who gave it out. So we're very careful too. And you know what I'm saying? So we're very careful what we say. But we all want the same thing. I believe that Alexander Cummings is not a bad man. I believe it 100%. I believe it that Alexander Cummings make money. Without president, he still will survive. But he believes that he can give back to Liberia by being president. Because the president of Liberia, Henry Costa said the other day, the president of Liberia got the power, has the power to do anything, not to kill him. But the president can stop corruption, the president can implement the laws and order in our country. Only the president, not the Senate, not the representative. They cannot. They can fire no senators, ministers.
They can't implement no laws in call the police director say we will suspend you if you can't do this. No, it's the president. So being president of Liberia, you got power. You don't go in there to be 12, 16, 20 years senator. So I believe he make his money honestly. Omer Bwaka was vice president under Ellie. He complained. Omer Bwaka held other positions in government. Minister of Agriculture, he was ambassador, he served as Minister of Agriculture and whatsoever. He ever said anything? No, you can't go against your government. He's from local country. You got to respect your leader, and that's what he did. But he worked in government. He served his country for 39 years. Honorably. Whether the president fire you or not, you know president can remove you. For what reason they fire you, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? But he worked in the agricultural sector. He did other stuff. Ben Ayure working like bro. Ben Ayure worked as maritime commissioner. Even when the maritime commission was changed and whatsoever, and with the RTC Bank Council to be Liberia Bank and they General Yanks and whatsoever, trying to transform the whole thing, 10% of the money left for maritime and whatsoever. Eh? Ben Ayure got his business, they got all that stuff going. He worked for government before he opened his business. Ben Ayure was not a private citizen. He was not doing his private business before he got. Ben Ayure worked for government before he started doing private business. What I Sis May was doing their business. Her father was a businesswoman. She was working. She was a smart woman. Yes, I agree. But Ben Ayure worked for government. Today he earned a lot of property. He got properties in Liberia. He got other stuff in Liberia. So you don't trust a political leader. So the question here too, if Henry Costa don't trust his political leader, let us know that he don't trust Ben Ayure. Let us know. So if Ben Ayure is the standard bearer tomorrow, he will have to sign Henry Costa a contract. That means Henry Costa don't trust his political leader. But if Henry Costa was an independent candidate, all this thing we're talking, it makes sense. But he's part of a group. It's a conflict of interest. So my question here, and I will post it tomorrow. If Henry Costa trusts his political leader, if you are confident in that, you think your political leader will change when he take over? This, you see, I would not be into a party when I don't trust the leader of that party. The president, they can change. No man is perfect, but I want to speak out. If Henry Costa needs to hold a position in ALP, a very big one, he needs to go to the convention. He could be vice chair for something whatsoever, to have that voice. To have that voice in that party and tell the group of COP people when he go there, say, listen guys, we are going to this thing and this is what we need to be honest. It don't have to be a COP pressurizing opposition. COP pressurizing opposition. You know, I saw when the opposition members are part of the COP. So you guys don't trust the ANC people within the COP don't trust Alexander Cummings. The Liberty Party leaders in the members are in the COP don't trust Yombly. The ALP members within the COP do not trust Ben Ayure. The Unity Party members within the COP don't even trust Bwaka. That is why the COP is calling for a contract. That's what they're trying to tell us. That's what they're trying to tell. Let them make it clear. You don't trust these people. We know they're not in position. But it's not because snake bites you that means any worm you see is a snake. Not because you got involved into a nasty accident. That means when the ambulance come around to take you to the hospital, you say, oh, I can't get in the car again because I just had an accident. Do you think all the politicians are saying Georgia have taught them lesson that the next, you think the pressure is on Georgia, the next president of Liberia will go through hell. They will go through hell. Everybody will have something to say when you make mistakes. So they will have to wear their bulletproof, their gossip proof, their talk show, their criticism proof. They got to wear it to accept it. Because we believe that there should be nobody that will be arrested for speaking their mind in the next government. A good Joshua became president. So the next person that coming those there, they think I'm going in. I hope I prepare because I will just get in the street and say, "F this person." Nobody should arrest me. Or the person mess up. Nobody should arrest me. We know people change, but they know that the Liberian people they're dealing with now, they're not yesterday people. So signing a contract, calling you, okay, I can't bam bam bam. If COP was an independent group, because you know why we say they're not independent? Darius Dillon, part of the COP, he was a leader of the COP from the Liberty Party. Henry Costa, official of COP from All Liberian Party. Mo Ali, COP from Unity Party. And this other boy who left, the guy, the boy who was the youth thing before he left. He part of the COP. So all the guys were part of COP. Yeah. Hello? 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 So all the guys are part of the COP, but they're from political parties. That is how we know that the guys are all. So let Mo Ali resign from Unity Party. Let Abraham Darius Dillon resign from Unity Party. Let Henry Costa resign from All Liberian Party, and they are independent. And let them come up and say contract and see if nobody will sign it. Everybody will want your support, so they will say, well, we'll have to sign a contract because we need a support. And they will sign it. But you are part of, I don't understand. More Ali Secretary General for Liberty Party. He was Unity Party, Unity Party. But he's the Secretary General for he's the coach, one of the vice president. I don't know if he's still vice president. Eh? God. I want you to get it straight. You're thinking about it. These guys are not neutral. They are all part of the CPP. How can you be part of something and you wanted to sign for this thing? What they are signing is not wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's not wrong. Everything Costa said is true. That's what we want the next leader to be like. But it shouldn't be the COP demanding. If the people calling Costa say, well, if you don't sign that contract, I will not vote. Then go and vote for George Weah. Then vote for George Weah. It can be an option to say, if they don't sign that contract, I'm out. I will. So who you want to vote for? Then you wasted all your time. You wasted all your time. That means I consider as a traitor. And you wasted all your time to tell Henry Costa, if they do sign that contract, me, I will not support them. Then go and support George Weah. I will stay home. Go and support George Weah because if you stay home, it's the same thing. When the good people believe that things need to happen and it don't happen, and you stay home, the fact is that you just gave the other people a weapon. Just stop it. Don't put on your thinking cap. Only few people speak wisdom, not everybody. Not everybody. And I will continue this tomorrow on the Lrtn prime time. So let us start this. Yes, and I still agree with you. And this thing is, we just need to do it the right way. It can cause confusion within. Because CDC wishing that this will not hold. CDC is wishing and praying every day that the CPP should not hold. Because if they hold, this is not a second round, and my microphone is messing up. Okay, I'm going to end my topic now. But tomorrow we'll continue. I will be on in the afternoon and at the Lrtn office in Philadelphia. I will be there and we will talk about it again. We'll bring it up.
But I just don't want us to make this an issue because other people will come out and be pretending as member of COP and they will be saying, oh yes, yeah, we sign it. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. After tomorrow, it will be my last time talking about it. And I'm not going to say anything on it again because I believe that Henry Costa will support and campaign for whoever is the next candidate, who will be the candidate for the CPP. And everybody within the COP will do same. If you don't do that, you you your advocacy and other things you are doing against Joshua will just be for nothing. For which I agree with Sis Evangelina that yes, we want our leaders to do the right thing. We don't want them to go and change. And I would not want them to change either because I will be the first person criticizing them. And I don't want to be into a group like CDC where I cannot speak out. No, I must speak out. No matter what, whether you stay president, I should be able to say the right thing. Whether job or not, I should be able to say the right thing. But I'm not doing it because of myself. So it's all about Liberia. We all want the same thing. We all looking for the same thing, but let us just do it right. Don't be carried away by all this nonsense on Facebook. People want to try. They have tried. Today, it's been time. Coming to the chairman. And people don't know that the chairmanship it rotates. It came from Ben Ayure to this man. It might go to the next person. But Liberian people now taking it a different way. Oh, conflict of interest. Alex is the chairman. Then how you can be senator? Oh, Alex is ushering and Ben and you. We got 2023. By 2022 or within 2023, we'll know who, maybe January we'll know who's the candidate, who's the standard bearer of the CPP. Somebody new can merge up and say, listen, I'm going to contest and challenge the other guys, which is their right. And, but if you want to, the COP is not independent from CPP in a sense, because when you look at the members, the leadership, they are all members of the political party. Mo Ali is member of, he's Secretary General with the UP and some co-chair, and also Secretary General and also Vice President for COP. You see, so all the guys from different parties are all leaders in the COP. So how can we then we confusing? That means you don't trust your leader. Mo Ali don't trust Boaka. Eric Costa don't trust and Uri. They might change tomorrow. They might change. So these are all the questions we need to be asking. You haul rope haul bush. When you bend down to cut your medicine in the bush, the next one you bend it down to that another man on the medicine. So sometimes we're very careful. I let to give this parable. It's reality. Yeah. And before I close up, I want to leave this message to my friends on the other side. It is your right to support whoever you want to support. It is your right to support George Weah. But see reason. See a fit that you in Liberia, you in America, your eating pen is not in George Weah house. Your eating bowl is not in George Weah yard. Whether George Weah gave you a job or not, you survive in America. Even if you don't have a job in America, you can go unemployed. Even if you don't go unemployed, they got SSI, they got a lot of free stuff in Liberia, in America that you survive on. It is time that you stand up and tell President Weah that what he's doing is wrong. He's not taking control. He's not in control. You stop worshiping him. I don't worry about President Weah. I worry about most of you guys that would live in the same community with your people who you've been saying things. I just got information. The young man the man that we saw at the Capitol building the other day, nobody can tell him anything about George Weah. He's a big town citizen. What made you think he got a contract? Why you think he got a contract to paint that building? But you see what happened to him today? He lived in Jakarta in a community where the person was telling him, oh, that man, I beg you, I'm okay here, but George Weah business. But because he had a contract, they gave him that contract. What the name of his company? He painted that building.
$25,000. Whether he getting money, he's not getting that money. That is how they operate. That is how the government operates. But I'm not saying because, but he believed in this thing. But I bet you today, the person said, when that man open his mouth and tell you about CDC, you scared. He said if he knew that's how the CDC government was going to be, like he was never going to support them. But that was a good thing. That is why people changing. The guy who you saw that went to the Capitol building and was putting his head, he's a member of CDC, a bona fide member and a strong supporter about for George Weah. Because everybody in CDC is George Weah. You cannot tell in his community where he lives. Nobody can talk about CDC, but today, they say when you hear him talking, how the government corrupt the government this, and they owe that man money. So you that live with us, you come on social media every day and post things with all the rapes, the killings that are going on in Liberia. They have raped more kids in Liberia now than in 12-year Ellen Johnson time. Or 9-year-old Hanky herself. You now see 9-year-old commit suicide in Liberia. They're raping little boys wearing pimples now. They're raping little girls, their blood all over the place. It needs to be personal. Our president, Liberia, is so small that if anything happens in Liberia, the president needs to speak out. You don't have to wait for somebody else. You need to take it personal. In this country, big as America. Eh? People dying. Our president do not take it personal. But let it happen to the crew people. Let it happen to the crew people. That they burn their houses down, or the house got burned down. You rebuild it. We need to get rid of this whole thing, travelers. We need to get rid of whether you're from Grand Today, from Maryland, you Crown, you Basso, you Gio, you Mano. You are a Liberian. No Congo, no Pele, no Krobo, no nothing. You are a Liberian. That's the only way you develop your country. But when you start thinking, oh, I'm a crime man, you only want to see crime people. I'm a grow man, I only want to see grow people. No. No. We need to put Liberia fresh. The whole nonsense about Congo, Gio, whatsoever. There's no more Congo in Liberia. No more Congo. We just been a racist people for a long time, but we ain't noticed it. Bad immigration laws, the same thing with America. Yeah. Oh, George, we are from the southeast. So the people from Grand G there, that those son with those son with George Weah. So you see George Weah gay and they all Grand G that man job. No. Give the people who are competent, who qualify for the job, who will help you. Don't just find somebody. People that will help you do the work. So that is why we must look for the good leaders. Who the best to run this country? When I hear people talking, hey, after George, who in the opposition? A lot of people in the opposition can do better than George Weah. A lot of people can do better than George Weah. A lot. I can exclude the political leaders right now. There are a lot of people in our country can do better than George Weah. I can take off Cummings, I take off Boyka, I take off Uri. There are people there who do better than George Weah. So don't even say the same people were saying that who will take over from Ellie. Who took over from Ellie? The most smartest and educated man in CDC. After George Weah, CDC is over. After George Weah, CDC is over. The reality is hitting, but we don't understand it yet. So we need to send this message to our people. You must think. Don't be carried away by me or the next man. It's up to you to make that decision. Don't think what I'm saying is because of you or what, but you need to look between the lines and say what this man is saying is lying or what this man is saying is not true. What the man is saying is right. I will work on it. Don't let rights determine your future. Don't let no $5 to determine your children's future. The future is not ours. We already make ours already. But we need to lead our young ones into the 21st century. We need to lead them there.
The future is in the hands of our kids. They are our precious jewels. We still got people running around doing things. When will we sit down and do things the right way as Liberians? I would say I took a side already. I'm part of the CPP, and I will support whoever is in the CPP. I will. And I can tell anybody once we have joined the CPP, even if people say, oh, they will break away. If ANC breaks away, I will stay with the CPP. Whoever breaks away, I will stay with the CPP because you make us and we decided to come together. I will not follow nobody. I will not follow anybody who believe that that's the only way we can come together as a group to defeat this monster. All want the same thing. All want it. Let's just do it the right way. We shouldn't allow this guy to try to penetrate this group, but finally we have signed. For once, we should trust our people. Liberians will never be the same. Liberia will never be the same. We really need to prove ourselves from here and do better than what we did before. It's not because the alliance never worked during Charles Taylor time that means it will not work today. No, it will work. That is what they're waiting for. They don't want it to work. Yeah. So thank you very much. Share this video. I talked to you today. I'm sorry that you don't see my face, but you can see the picture. And to all those who are listening, let us share it. All want the same thing. If you don't want the same thing, or if you're insulting, then you're not to be on this show. Don't waste your time to look at me because I usually come on this time. But tomorrow I will be on the LRTN prime time in the afternoon and we'll be speaking again. So I want to say thank you very much. Have a good day. God bless you. Pray for me. I pray for you. And pray for everyone. And we pray for our people back home that will be able to follow the rules. Wash your hands thoroughly all the time. One of the bigger things you can do, wash your hands. Start digging your nose and wash your hands. Once you continue to wash your hands, it will help you because it's you're touching things most of the time. And do what is right to help yourself. Don't wait for the government. Wear masks, give the 6 feet distance, and that's it. So have a good day. God bless you, and I love you all. Bye for now. This is Munel Kishen, aka the General. Thank you very much. And I also want to give a shout out to my beautiful daughter. They call her Lila Kishen, who's celebrating her 15th birthday today. Today is the 15th of, I'm sorry, today is the 20th of May, celebrating her 15th birthday. I can't believe that. My daughter turned 15 years old. Her name is Lila Kishen. So tomorrow on the LRTN prime time, I will be dedicating that show to my beloved daughter, Lila Kishen, my beautiful, beautiful baby girl. I can remember when I took her to Walmart. She was a small little girl. Everybody, look at the cute girl. She in her little pants. While we were walking, boop, she pee on herself. I said, you know, let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh no, but you know, I didn't notice it. And she can act like she know too because, and I said, I can remember when she entered the house. One day in the house, I held my daughter coming down the steps, and I slipped. I came down with that step. I protected her leg here. The only thing that came to my mind, I said, Lord, I'm going to jail. And you know, when I explained that story to my daughter explained the story to people as if she really knew what happened. Ah, my baby girl. She's 17 years. And, hey, man, what I just did, she's 15 years today. Sometimes I joke, I say, man, thank God you're born in America. But if you're in Labrador, by this time you marry and you get 13 children. But you know, it's not going to happen because I got a daughter in Labrador who's 30 years old and she got a daughter, a beautiful daughter. 30. My daughter is 30 years old. My oldest daughter is 30 years old. Yes. And my second is 15. And I got a son. I got 5 kids. I'm not a little boy. So, thank you very much. And I want to wish my beautiful baby a happy birthday. And she baked her own cake. She did everything tomorrow. You know that the daddy will videotape her. And I'm doing my little exercise tomorrow. I'll be doing my little fruit juice. And I will let everybody know. Please do the same thing. I love you guys, and I will be posting up, and I want you to please wish my daughter a happy birthday. I will put a picture on my page, and I want you to please wish her a happy birthday. And I think I will send something to Henry Costa to please wish my daughter a happy birthday today. Thank you guys. Have a good day. Have a good day. I love you guys. God bless you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Have a good day.